Welcome to Through the Wire.
Through the wire, ballers.
Boys, next time we do a podcast,
Put numbers on the board.
the NBA season will be here.
Hey, listen, I'm so excited. I'm so ready.
And we'll be in front of a live audience.
Yeah, some of us will be. Some of
But
us
no,
will
the
take the day off.
The season still won't be here when that happens.
It'll be getting ready to start.
A
Yes.
few hours away from it.
I'm ready, though. I'm ready. I can't wait.
We doing our NBA fantasy drafts and everything.
Yes. Yes.
I'm approaching the way I watch basketball a lot different this season.
Well, how so?
I'm just going to be more locked in. I feel like a lot of the time, at least last year, there was a lot going on, right? The baby getting ready to be a married man. There's a lot of shit where I was watching, but I wasn't locked in all the time.
Okay.
This season, I am completely locked in because I got so much shit. I got this show with the show with the guys. I got the Kenny Beecham pod. I got the channels and stuff where I can't even afford to take a day off. And I mean that like excitedly.
No, yeah. I was thinking last night, I was like, man, I gotta tell Elena, like, she hasn't really met the in season me. So, cause like usually it's like you see my front room, like I have two TVs, I have a bunch of monitors, whatever. So I'll have a preseason game on, but I also have like some movie on. We'll kind of casually be watching whatever. But like I'm ready to have all my monitors hooked up with the games on. I'm ready to kind of like, I think I'm gonna approach the way I do it this year in terms of like, if I don't watch enough of a team, I'm trying to put an emphasis on it. Like, I feel like I usually kind of like gravitate to certain teams all the time, but it's just like, man, I ain't watched the Spurs in a long time. I'm locking in on this game.
It's going to be hard not to watch the Spurs this year, though.
I mean, hey, sometimes.
Is she ready for ball to become life? Because ball ain't been life in y'all relationship.
I think so, because like I said, I think the fun way I put it with, like, I guess girls too, I just like take the stories from it. Like, I'll give her the stories from it. Where
like the drama feel thing.
Yeah, and make her get kind of like, have some type of investment in it.
So the Warriors versus Wizards, you're going to let her know about the Draymond punch.
Yeah, like I've told her, like.
It won't work.
You don't think so? I mean,
My girl, yesterday, I'm talking to them in a party. We start talking about the music and then basketball or whatever. She turns her phone. You know what she showed me? LeAngelo. Because LeAngelo just had a baby with a girl who used to be on Love and Hip Hop. So unless Draymond or Jordan Poole is dating a VH1 MTV reality star, the stories ain't really gonna hit. I could tell my girl about the punch incident. She gonna probably be like, man, that's messed up. But she know LeAngelo more than she know LaMelo.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a fun way to like interact with her.
You missed my dad joke too.
What?
Because I was telling him, like, LeVar had a good interview with Vlad. I watched it. She was like, it's another one? I'm like, no. I'm like, he's LeVar. They got Alonzo, LeAngelo, LaMelo. And she's like, damn. I said, yeah, I know it's a lot going on.
But it's just a cool perspective to talk about. And just like, for somebody that don't watch basketball, like, it's just cool to get her to like introduce her to like more names, because she might know Rondo from a century ago, you know, playing with the Celtics. But like, it's cool to be like, this is Jason Tatum. This is Jason Tatum. Yeah, this type of stuff like that.
Do you think she's one that will be able to adjust? Because from my conversations with her, she seems like she just kind of like love being with you at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's the type of person that she would do it like, if the Lakers lost, she'd be like, oh, like she'd try to like cheer me up or some stuff.
Got your Lakers hat.
She did.
Yeah, that's your Lakers hat.
You need to be cheered up after the Lakers lost.
I mean, she be the same stuff. She be asking about the pro-am games, because I'll be like, man, we had a couple rough games. She be like, oh, it's okay. You'll get them next
your
time.
hand right here, baby. It's okay.
Right.
Amju Nimhar hit that shot. Mike was devastated. He need to pep up.
Because I was just talking shit before that, too.
Definitely. Darrick, now your adjustment, you're going to have to make an adjustment this season because you're going to be full-time dad during the season. Do you think that's going to adjust the way you have to watch games?
No, because I feel like usually I have two monitors, so I watch the games that's on TV and then League Pass, and then any games I miss, the condensed version on League Pass is always so handy, because what is it, 30 minutes, and they show every play of every possession. So like, those are the 30 minutes that you can usually get a feel for the game. Some of those games be blowouts too, so you really don't even have to watch the whole game. So more so, I could still watch the same load.
Okay.
This is me and Mike's first NBA season in our own place.
Oh wow!
So that's what I'm looking forward to be able to have it like throughout my whole house if I need be. If I want to, that's my biggest fear. Opening night, I'm hoping nobody drops like 50.
Yeah,
because I want to react to all of those big games on my stream.
Okay.
So if it happens and we in Denver, I'm gonna be very fucking mad.
Yeah.
That I can't react to it right then and there. Like, so if we come back Wednesday and the first 50-point game happens Wednesday night, I can go right on my Twitch. Yo, we reacted to Donovan Mitchell. Let's see how Donovan Mitchell got this 55. Like, but I can't. So I'm like, please open at night. I know it's just 2 games. It's the Nuggets and who's the second game?
The Lakers versus who?
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Please, Devin Booker don't go for 62.
Oh man.
I thought about doing a Twitch show in the mornings, like
Please.
Like a recap.
a recap of
That'd
the
be cool.
previous day. But it's just so much going on that I don't even know if it's even worth it. But I might try early season, see if people are invested.
Might as well.
Wake
I think
up
that's
at
a cool
9 a.m.
idea.
and do something.
I'm definitely gonna keep doing my Lakers. Well, we watch the Lakers game together. I think that's always pretty cool.
Even though they don't give about the Lakers.
Hey, they
People
be
like to
juking.
see,
I think because he has a primetime game too. Lakers are always going to be the late last game.
and he's a late streamer, so it works out perfectly.
You are a late streamer.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to drop the first episode of my NBA show before we leave for Denver. So y'all stay tuned to that. Subscribe.
You're not gonna tell them the name yet.
I am. Subscribe to Pee Wee the Plug. I got my new show that I'm gonna be doing this season. It's the Heliocentric, starring Pierre, Pee Wee the Plug, Andreessen.
That's tough.
The Heliocentric.
That's
Okay.
tough. That's Helios. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
I like
Thank
that a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
That's the hard part about everything, naming something.
Yeah.
You know, I've been thinking about names since you sent me that text or that doc.
Mm-hmm.
Thought about names since then. That was like a couple months ago, and I just couldn't come up with a name, and I was just like, man. So I started thinking of like terms that I like. 7 seconds or less. That got me to Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni got me to James Harden, which got me to the Heliocentric. And I was like, oh, that's it right there.
What do you think the length of these episodes is gonna be? Because I know, like, you did the reacting to the top 100 list, and that video ended up being like an hour.
Yeah.
So you think it's gonna be some? Because
I think they're going to be long, but I'm not going to force it.
okay, let's chat after the show.
Yeah.
Because they'll open up their revenue by going on going on Spotify and shit too. You know.
It was going to be, let's talk after the show.
Okay, let's talk about the show.
Yeah.
Basketball. Do we have drop the mic?
We do. And I want to go over the last drop the mic we did too. It was basically, who do you have falling out in the West? We kind of agreed that it's like basically top 11 teams. It's 11 teams, 10 spots. It usually
Maybe 12. You see Wemby?
it is true.
Darrick was saying the same thing you watch. He's like, man, the Spurs could be decent this year, low key.
I just want to mention a few
Watching Wemby in
guys.
preseason definitely make you feel like the Spurs could be decent this
Yeah.
year, bro.
A few guys that had shared their comments was Jack said the Mavericks he believes can be the 11th seed, which is.
But they didn't make it last year.
He said
So technically they wouldn't. Okay, my fault. I misunderstood.
they're in the mix, though.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
in the
for sure,
mix.
for
He said he just doesn't
Okay.
believe in their defense, which I feel is like the consensus probably a little bit, or we just haven't seen their defense at all.
Right.
Next one comes from Sajad. My bad if I pronounced that wrong. He says the Pelicans. He doesn't know if they're going to be healthy. Another issue. This you
Yeah.
can say the health thing for a lot of teams, but some teams it's just more prone than
They just have the
others.
reputation,
Yeah.
and the
Right.
Pelicans are one of those teams.
Okay, this is where we get a little bit more spicier. Salem says, I think OKC is easily the worst team of the top 11. There's a world where the Pels, Mavs, and the Wolves missed the play-in, but the Thunder haven't showed us that they're a lock-in for the play-in. Shea was an All-NBA player last season, and they only made the play-in by 2 games.
They're the worst team. And
I don't see that that's crazy.
yeah, I think on paper they may be, but I feel like they play better than what's on paper.
Last year they were the youngest team in the history of basketball. Shea averaged 30, whatever, made All NBA, and you're just banking on and preseason check. Holmgren looks really good. People are testing him at the rim, and he's preventing all of that shit. You're betting on J-Dub putting on that extra muscle being better. You're betting on Giddey. So it's a lot of bets.
I
I
did
think
want
I'm
to
willing
say
to
he
take
also
those bets
he
for
did
that
mention
team.
Chet in here too. But he says Chet. Chet wasn't there last season. They're gonna have him, but I don't think he's that much of a floor raiser to make them a lock.
I don't know. Last year they were still a pretty good defense without having a center.
Yes.
Like I think if you add a 7-foot center like Chet who's protecting the rim, I think it only increases your floor.
Yeah, and people are challenging him at least in preseason, and I think they're gonna continue to do that. And he's just gonna get hella blocked.
So he's saying, okay, see, it's his team that.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at him. Somebody got to fall out. I was saying the same thing when I went live. Like, OKC, I can understand, but like I see certain OKC fans not having any type of understanding on why people aren't like sure about them being a lock. I agree with my point was exactly what KB said. You're really projecting everything with them. Like you're projecting so many things that happen. Shea is gonna be a 30-point scorer again. Chad is gonna be super impactful from day one, which is not impossible. But then you got J-Dub, Giddy, Lou Dort is going to shoot 40% from three. Like, you got all of these things that you're projecting in a Western Conference that got better by, like, all means. And as much as you're projecting, there's other teams that can project too. So it's like somebody ain't going to make it, man. Somebody is not going to make it. And the most frustrating thing about these type of conversations is fan bases who don't understand that projections is two-sided. You can have projection where everything go right in your fantasy world, but then you have that projection to where
it just don't work.
It don't work out. A guy ain't there as much as you thought he would be, or it ain't as impactful. It all don't come together. So it's like every team right now is coming to the season thinking the projection on a one-sided basis. Like, man, like the Sacramento Kings last year, everybody looking at their team was like, man, everybody can have career years this year. And the Sacramento Kings showed us it's not impossible. But it's really hard for people like us who have to use our analysis to base that. It's very tough. It's very tough.
Twice.
Yeah. And nobody's rooting against it. But again, when your job is to give things an analysis, you have to use what you're given. And so far, there's a lot more teams that I trust more than OKC. Just so far, because like KB said, they're the youngest team. So it's like, I don't even look at that as no knock.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be as...
I think the key word he just said is just the lock for it.
Right.
We all know that they can make it. It's just like he believes that they're one of the lesser teams in the lock, I guess, regards. And that was from Salem Star, so that was good conversation.
Shout out to my boys.
And last one comes from Jace. I don't think people going to like this one. He says, I think the Kings will be the team that drops out of the playoffs. They were the healthiest team in the league last season, and while they had an amazing season, it was only 1 year. I can see the playoff appearance being more of a fluke rather than consistent outcome in the near future.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people think this. Somebody at ESPN, I forget exactly who, a writer at ESPN, I was reading his article, and he was expecting that as well. They're like, it was lightning in a bottle for them. Everything happened perfectly, and now that won't be replicated. I don't believe that. I do believe that they're still going to have some success. I don't think it's going to be third seed in the Western Conference success. But again, with it being 11 teams that are fighting for 10 spots, how can I say for sure that this is our lock-in?
Yeah.
So I understand it.
It's so tight. You miss a guy for 15, 20 games, it changes the entire trajectory of your season.
Yeah.
For any team. For any team. Unless you're one of those top-heavy teams that has three guys that you can. So when one go down, you still got Book and Beal. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're that top-heavy, you're gonna feel it if you're the Kings. If De'Aaron Fox has to miss double-digit amount of games,
you gotta now roll with Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, you're gonna miss a bonus if he has to miss a certain amount of games. So, yeah, the one thing I will say for the Kings though, I don't have them being the same 3 seed team top. Home court advantage type team, but they play really good basketball. I'm buying into Keegan Murray in a year 2 jump.
I was just about to mention the game against the Warriors where Steph had went off. Keegan Murray, I was watching Keegan Murray like this. He had some more, like he made plays that he wasn't doing last year. Like we all know he could shoot the ball very well, but I seen him like it was one of the first plays.
You're talking about the preseason the other night.
Yeah.
Okay, when Steph hit the game winner.
He had plays where he was putting the ball on the floor. He was doing a spin move, pull up. He was doing this getting to the rim. And I think that's kind of like, wow, we can add another dynamic to this offense instead of just like him spotting up. Now he could play more with they could do their Kevin Huerter pick and rolls with him, or they could have whoever, because they're adding another dynamic.
One of the questions for them is will they be able to improve the defense? Because they were such an offensive heavy team, the best offense ever, which is a skewed stat because every year somebody's the best offense ever. But and their defense was mediocre, but the offense was so damn good, and they had the clutches playing basketball last season that they were able to grind out those games.
That's what I was gonna say. Or is your clutch player gonna be the clutches again this year?
Yeah.
Because if he's not, that's a couple more losses.
I could see a lot more like teams, if it's a close game, couple like a minute left. We trapping De'Aaron Fox. We making somebody else make a play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mike Brown again has the reputation as one of the better. When he was hired, he was a defensive-minded coach. And if you remember from the GM survey we did a couple weeks ago, he was voted the best offensive coach in basketball. So he obviously has the tools to make it happen, but do they have the personnel to make it happen?
I thought Steve Kerr was voted the best offensive coach.
Nope, it was Mike Brown in this
Interesting.
GM survey. Spoelstra had everything else, but
Yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Brown had offense.
Yeah, that's a good question. Do they have the tools? De'Aaron Fox is going to be willing and ready, but he does so much for you offensively. Kevin Huerter, Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes, Sabonis.
All that being said, this week's Shop the Mic is
Malik Monk off your bench.
season about to start. Claim your second team that you rooting for.
Ooh,
Might be our
Darrick,
fourth or
you claim
fifth.
your seventh team.
Might be our fourth, fifth,
Alright.
seventh. But just claim them now.
Okay, that's
I
hard,
I
bro.
can start mine. I talked about it a little bit in the chat when I was like, I got Tyrese Halliburton in the league in our fantasy draft, but the Pacers are my team.
I like that.
Pace and space, they're gonna be running. Yeah,
I have stock in the Atlanta Hawks this season. Atlanta Hawks my second team.
I was going to say Hawks, but he said that, and they're also in the same conference as my Knicks, Eastern Conference team. So I'm trying to go with a Western Conference team. I want to say this one team, but let me just make sure. Go ahead, Demian.
I'll go Orlando.
Okay,
I think
word.
I'm buying in on a second year stock Apollo, Franz. I think all that team is probably gonna come, and I'm betting on also Markelle having a really good year. The second half of the season when he came back, he was very good. So I'm banking on him having a full year. He cut his hair.
Yeah, he does it kind of weird.
the
without this
haircut
hair.
does up the productivity.
Yeah,
Yeah, ask Alfred Payton.
yeah.
It's a few teams out west that I want to claim, but I can only pick one. The Pelicans are a team that came to mind. The Rockets. I really
I'm not mad at it.
I really want to dive in with the Rockets, and then there's the Memphis Grizzlies, man.
Thompson, bro.
I
He's
l-
been man.
I love Desmond Bane. I think Desmond Bane is going to have an incredible jump this year. But I'm rocking with the Houston Rockets, man. The Houston Rockets.
Why you said Grizzlies real quick? I was skimming through the comments. Somebody, and my bad I ain't mentioning your name, but he's like, I don't think Grizzlies recovering from that 25-game suspension.
It will be tough, but I mean, Marcus Smart is a trooper.
Bro, I was on Fanspo, and I was looking at some trades, and it was a Grizzly fan that made a trade. It was Ja and somebody. It was like Ja and somebody else for Zach LaVine and Alex Caruso.
Send that shit in today.
the Chicago
They said the Bulls get they say
immediately.
Bulls get a trouble start, and
troubled star.
they
He
was
gonna
like
be out
Grizzlies
west
get
going crazy.
Grizzlies get more defense and a score. Bro, John West is crazy.
He gonna have a Fifi on the block.
Bro, we gonna look nice because if we traded for somebody that's out for 25 games, we gonna be weak. We gonna get a high draft pick. Boom.
You pair him with Patrick Williams? Ooh.
Man.
Oh my god.
He might learn how to dunk the ball finally. It's funny when you see, because, okay, so Bulls Twitter was on Patrick's
Y'all
ass.
saw his hat?
Yeah. They was on his ass because the last game we played against, I think it was the Raptors.
The game when he went off when the second string, when he was going off against the second string?
No, that was the previous game.
Okay.
Against the Raptors, he wasn't very good. So bad that he missed the game winning layup that was uncontested. Twitter was on his ass, right? Bulls Twitter. It's year number 4, and you can't make layups. You don't put the ball on the floor. You just spot up. That last game of the preseason, he shot like 3 or 14, so he didn't shoot it well. But you could tell he saw that shit because the first 2 plays he got the ball, he went to try to dunk on Rudy Gobert, and then the other one, I think y'all heard me in Discord, I was like, he got a bucket. He did like a bing, 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 got to the basket, went up with his right hand, switched it over to his left. I'm like, oh, snap. But it is funny when you can tell that a player has heard the noise.
He's aware.
Yeah.
He's aware of the way he's been talking
Ain't
about.
nothing funny in that when they was talking about Lonzo after that one game, they was like, he need to shoot the ball more.
And then he came
Next
back
game against the Suns, he took 30 shots.
He seemed like Anthony Davis does that too.
Yeah.
Like he'll have a bad game and
I feel
He
like
comes out and
he
he just-
hears that, but it's also got to be his teammates telling him, like, there's no way you're taking 6 shots this game.
Yeah.
There's no way you finish it with 13 points.
It's easier for AD though because his is magnified because he plays for the Lakers, which means that he's going to be talked on First Take and all these other places. Patrick Williams had to be in the weeds of Bulls Twitter to see that stuff, you know?
He's not on the front line.
Or
Exactly.
do you think he just know he was dog ass wrong?
Maybe. Maybe that too.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's
Or
teammates.
maybe DeMar told him.
Torrey
Yeah.
Craig said he's on Patrick Williams' ass this season. So maybe it's that too. But you could tell that he was trying his ass off.
I like when vets come in and say stuff like that.
Yeah.
I saw a video of, like Pat Bev
He
doing.
ain't gonna dress like D-Mill.
For
Pat
real.
Bev said he did something like that with Anthony Edwards when he was on the Timberwolves. Like he was telling him about that, like the hezzy pull up. He was telling him about breaking it down. He said, "Don't go to the basket, just pull up." And he pretty much told him how to do it. And I was like,
He had an
Pat
incredible.
Bev telling Anthony Edwards how to score, but no, wouldn't you say that Pat Bev was going crazy in high school, like offensively?
Yeah, at Marshall.
He was doing his thing.
Anthony Edwards had an incredible lob yesterday to Rudy. Was that yesterday?
2 nights ago against the Bulls.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
he had a great game in general. He was everywhere. But speaking of that vet stuff, did y'all hear Malcolm Brogdon's comments
No.
yesterday? So at practice, he was asked about coming off the bench behind a rookie. And he said, I think it's honestly important for Scoot to get this experience started. He's going to be the franchise player going forward, so he has to be invested in and been given the opportunity, which, again, I just appreciate. Malcolm Brogdon's always been like a pro's pro.
yeah.
Doesn't matter where he's at, what situation, he's always going to try to do the right thing. And eventually somebody will trade for him. But
No,
he's cool with being off the bench to a rookie.
The minutes I seen him
Yeah.
play, he looked pretty good. Like if I was another team, I would
the
be looking
number.
at him. Yeah.
It's the number that
Remember,
pisses me off.
we always talk about Anthony Davis opening week. Remember Malcolm Brogdon opening weeks as a pacer? He would be triple-double alert guy.
I
Yeah,
don't
because
remember.
it was a lot of conversation with him being an all-star. Sabonis.
Yes.
I think it ended up being Sabonis.
Yeah, I
But,
think Brogdon being on that team would be very nice for Scoot.
For that 22 games
Yeah,
that
just
he'll play.
I think if you have a franchise player at a certain position, you need like that vet at their position that's going to teach them how to play the game.
Not
like
only is he a good vet, I think he meshes with most of those guards.
Yeah.
Like,
He can
'cause-
play on or off the ball, so he can
Facts.
play any minute with them.
willing to guard.
Should be a good time. Should be a
Yeah.
good time. What is he, number 92? Or
Yep.
you got rumor mills, Derek?
I got a few of them for
Okay.
us. You know, I did a little due diligence.
Thank you.
So the first one that was big news, Adam Silver mentioned that the NBA is considering going back to the East versus West format for the All-Star game.
Yeah. It was.
Is that for this year, or is he just projecting for the future?
It's unknown at the moment.
'Cause
I got mixed feelings about it.
I enjoy the draft.
Exactly. That's the one thing.
And I enjoy, like, you seeing other players play with other players in different conferences and all. And I just think it makes the teams more balanced. Because, like, the West team is going to be stacked.
I felt like it was a little bit more competitive back. Like it wasn't. The West was better, but that's just like there was some pride. Like I feel like West teams out there knew that the West was better. Like they had some type of competitive nature to it.
But the West used to just beat up on the East.
I think that last year was so bad that he had no choice but to tell people it's not gonna be like this no more. We gonna make some type of because last
was
year
in Utah.
was the worst. The players didn't play.
Yeah.
And when they did play, not a single person sat in the chair, which is not the same as the previous years. Like the previous years were exhibition games, do not get me wrong. But we didn't get a crazy performance. Steph Curry went off of 50 in Cleveland. In Chicago, it came down to the last shot.
Yeah.
Like that's what they were going up against. And in 2023, it was like a yawn. Like it was the best part about All-Star Weekend was Mac McClung, and then the actual draft.
Yeah.
The draft was more fun than the game, which is
Because
something you never won.
played one possession and sat out.
Yep.
Steph Curry didn't play. LeBron played the first half. And
Did
sat
Jason
out.
Tatum beat it? The record?
Jason Tatum had like
it didn't matter.
I forgot.
You
That's
did
what I'm
break a
saying.
record.
That's how like that game
Yeah.
was just. It just got lost.
Yeah.
a lot of. I mean, I feel like the players probably genuinely didn't care to play in Utah.
Yeah.
No offense to the city, but they probably didn't. It didn't seem like they cared.
I wonder, like, what's the percentage of people that left versus like, let me actually go party, bro. Let me go to
LeBron
this
didn't
party or
get
let me
there
go
and-
out tonight.
Yeah.
LeBron literally didn't get there to the game.
He didn't do
The
media at
day
all.
of the game.
Yeah.
So
And then this year's in Indianapolis, so it's like shout
Yeah,
out
I
to
was gonna say
Indianapolis,
it's. I mean, it could be better than Utah. I just remember I'm never forgetting. We first got to Utah. We were like taking our Uber to the hotel, and there was a really big billboard that was like, "LeBron, if you need a house here, hit me up."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "That's got to be the biggest waste of money right there ever."
what if LeBron wants to ski?
He convinced his wife.
He could go there for a day, ski, and
He
leave.
convinced his wife to put that billboard up.
like LeBron can't get a house anywhere he wants. With just
Honey, I want to take out $75
I'm
grand.
gonna tell him you could live right next to NBA YoungBoy.
Weird ass hotel he was in.
Billboards aren't as expensive as I thought.
I was on a highway and I just seen so many billboards. I was like, I wonder how much it costs because it would be cool to have a little like through the wire billboard up there.
I'm gonna get us a billboard.
I feel like
it cannot be that much.
Billboards, you get your return on the investment.
No, never.
First of all,
I feel like that.
It's
Unless
a lot
it's
of
a restaurant that's like right off the highway.
Oh yeah,
you
that's
probably
true.
do just because like
true.
people traveling, truckers, and all that. But like a business thing, I feel like people just
Like the lawyers.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
let you
calling
just
that
keep
number.
going.
yeah, that's the most.
Oh, KB, slow down.
I need a lawyer right now. But like if it's a McDonald's sign,
It'd be the car
it's a
accident
McDonald's
ones. It'd be
right
like,
here, the exit.
get
Steve.
hurt, get paid.
Right,
Steve, I just saw your billboard. Let me tell you, you're a lifesaver. I didn't know how else I was going to get a lawyer.
If it's a product, I feel like
stop
it can.
shitting himself.
If it's a product, I feel like you can get your value. Like Brian Urlacher's hair thing, because you don't have to do it in the moment. You don't have to remember anything.
I feel like that's more beneficial for a TV ad than like a billboard. Because I feel like I'm driving.
Go to
so
O'Hare,
fast.
you're seeing 30 Brian Urlacher billboards on the way to
Yeah,
O'Hare.
if I'm driving, I'm not really looking at a Brian Urlacher billboard.
I'm not looking at
I'm
stuff,
looking at
anything.
shit for gas stations and restaurants. That's it.
Like, you a
everything
trucker?
else really doesn't matter.
Fuel for the car and for me.
Yes.
I'm
Brain
not
food.
looking at none of that shit when I'm driving.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, I don't. The only time I really look is if I'm in the passenger seat.
I'm
I
in
feel
an
like.
Uber on the way to
Yeah.
the airport.
You're past your princess?
And you know what I see
No.
more and more?
Okay.
I see a lot of billboards for sale that are empty. Like you
Yeah.
can place your ad here.
That's
So
why I say I feel like it can't be that much to get one up there, and I think that's just a cool thing to have. You know, especially if like we don't really be going like to the city that much, but it's like if you had a concert around, you always see that sign.
Yeah, it's only like the one that I looked into was a couple grand for 2 weeks. It's
Oh,
not
so it's a
bad.
timestamp
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
not bad
you
at
know
all.
what we need? We need that West Side Gun one in Madison Square. Not Madison Square Garden. In Times Square.
I was gonna say.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Times Square billboards are expensive as hell.
Hell
Gotta
yeah.
be.
Yeah.
But also, I see a lot of influencers on there because they do like a Gap
Yeah.
photo shoot and like, oh my God, look at me on Times Square.
Now those billboards, they also don't seem worth it because there's so many.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention. It's just it's just lighting for the scenery. It's not,
Yeah.
It's literally cool to just go and take a picture or video of you on the billboard.
and that's it.
That's it.
The next one we got is James Harden is away from the Sixers due to personal matter.
Mhm.
At first, it came out that he just did a no call, no show, and that no one knew
The
why
island
he
one?
wasn't. Yeah, no one knew why he wasn't there. Joel Embiid even said like it must be something serious because he's normally here.
Mhm.
But like I feel like at the same time, it's just a simple text or like a call or something. But
So it was
who really knows what happened?
it was rumored that his mom is not doing the greatest.
Oh, okay.
The validity of that, he hasn't confirmed it or anything, but it's somebody that's in Houston Rockets media did say that. And if that's the case,
Yeah.
fuck the 76ers. Let me go
Facts.
chill with my
Go-
mom.
go take care of your mom.
But also the timing of it got people skeptical of it because obviously he doesn't want to play. So we'll see. He played 0 preseason games. Joel Embiid finally suited up yesterday for his first preseason game.
Harden did say he wanted to play.
He did. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's the latter, which means that I don't want to be here versus someone being sick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We prefer that you just hate your job than someone being sick. So
Yeah, facts. This one I thought was funny.
Said no. You said no call, no text.
No call. Yeah.
No, I'm saying, is that what you said?
No call,
Yeah.
no show.
No call, no show.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, like no one knew why he wasn't there. Yeah, like he just didn't.
he didn't go to shoot around. He didn't go to the game, and then he didn't go to the practice the next day.
Well, I want to say, hopefully nothing is wrong with his mom. And if it is, hopefully she gets better. But I do think that is common courtesy. Like if you're not gonna be somewhere, I think you should tell somebody.
Yeah.
He also hates his boss too, so it's like,
Oh,
You can text Joel,
Well, you can tell the coach, right?
text Toby.
so yeah.
Hey,
somebody.
Nick Nurse won't be there today. won't be there today on my Darrick shit. Hey, Nick Nurse. But no, yeah, I think even here, like the most mad I've ever seen KB was here because we were just sitting, waiting, and there was no show. And KB texts like, "Yo," and I was like, "Oh, I'm not coming today." And it's like if you say that before, so that's why I keep that in mind. Like people, if you don't never want nobody waiting for you,
and you just don't show up.
you ain't even say no. I just think that's common courtesy. So, yeah, he could at least said something to something, a teammate or something.
That's what I
Hey,
said. You could have
I ain't
texted
gonna
him.
be here tomorrow.
Ricky Council here.
This one I thought was pretty interesting. That Chris Paul told Warriors general manager Mike Dunleavy that the Golden State Warriors will
You
win.
remember Mike Dunleavy?
Yeah, from the Bulls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Junior.
That they will win the in-season tournament.
I love it. Go get your ring, King.
That ring finna be from Claire's. I already got that same ring. No, yeah, I like it though. That's a good sign for the fans and I guess the NBA that they're gonna try to come out and be competitive.
Yeah.
What if that'd be hilarious? We fast forward, get to there, and Chris Paul ain't even playing.
Right.
Steph ain't play, just talking. So yeah.
Now this one is kind of crazy. This is from Zach Lowe that Patrick Williams is looking for a contract that starts with a 2 and it isn't $20 million.
Yes.
So
200.
No.
yeah, 200.
No. I listened to the whole podcast. This is the one thing about that place that you're looking at. It's an aggregation site, which means that it's going to take one quote from an entire thing.
Okay.
So
Constantly.
I listened to it. What he was saying is the number's not 20, but it might be 26 on the
Okay.
higher end. Because Devin Vassell got like $28 million. And he said that the Patrick Williams and camp might look at Devin Vassell's production and his lack of games played and say, hey, I might not put up 18 a game, but I'm here every game. Like Vassell played 39.
Well, I need you to miss
30
some
now.
games and put up 18. Miss some games and put up 18.
And my league was for real then?
My league
We
had,
had
him
a problem
30.
in our my league because Contrell had Patrick Williams and he was a restricted free agent, and somebody in the league, I think it was the Hornets, offered
JoJo. Yeah.
offered P. Will like 33 mil, was it?
Yeah, it was like something like that.
Hey.
And then after that, Patrick Williams wasn't taking a dime and less than
He was
33
a free
mil.
agent. It's like, all right, I just don't.
Because he recanted on the deal.
Yeah.
And JoJo's excuses were just ass.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't put it up. That's what he asked for.
Yeah.
So if he asked for you to jump off the building, you was going to jump off the building?
So what would y'all put Patrick Williams' market at?
20 million.
20 million?
Based on the way the cap is.
Based on what you. Yeah, I'm also like. I understand Devin Vassell has missed games, but he's shown
He's good.
there's potential there.
Yes.
Mhm.
We've seen it.
All-star
Patrick
potential.
Williams, I can look at it and say I haven't really seen much to where I can gauge how good you're gonna be.
Well, what he's good at is he's one of the best catch and shoot 3-point players of basketball.
He is
and
a good defender.
He's a good defender. Obviously, you want to pay for more than that.
Yeah.
If I'm his agent, I'm coming to the Bulls, and my excuse is because look.
Yeah.
Look, he's
If
If you
Lane,
look at his
DeMar.
numbers when Zach or DeMar, not both of them, but one of them is missing, he plays better.
yeah.
He gets more shot attempts. He scores more points. So it's like, man, yeah, we know he can average 16 in his league, but you got him as the fifth option every game. So it's like, how is he supposed to now? Go get your buckets, Patrick. That's what I would say as a fan. But I'm not offering him more than $23 million annually. The thing is, Monday is the deadline for it. So if he does not sign by Monday, then he'll be a restricted free agent this offseason. Which I would, if I am running the Bulls, I would rather him hit restricted
That's
free agency and say,
same.
let somebody else give you that money then. And we'll match it. Just like what we did with Zach LaVine, we'll do here. But we
Same.
don't believe you're worth $38 million. So
He
we're
gotta
not giving
show
you that.
something.
Yeah.
It's
So if
time.
someone offers them $30 million, would you match it?
No.
Nobody's
Hell
going
no.
to offer him $30 million. Well, the teams that do have money this offseason are rebuilding. It's like the Detroit Pistons. It's this team, that team. But I don't think anybody's offering him 30.
Have him.
Unless he had that jump.
I
And
just
if that case,
what
hell yeah, give him
benefit
the
would
money.
you get from that? We're gonna add this other wing that probably might be a good starter or a role player for $30 million. It just don't even make sense.
Well, the most competitive preseason game that the Bulls had this season, Patrick Williams played 15 minutes and Torrey Craig played 30. So
I say have him if he talking about $30 million. I draft that shit.
The last one we got is still Bulls rated that Zach LaVine could be moved to the Bulls. Come off to a slow start and hovering around 500 at about a February deadline.
it's it was a lot of Bulls rumors yesterday, man.
Yeah,
And Brian Windhorst had one about DeMar DeRozan.
yeah.
Um,
Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan seem to be hovering around as they might be potential trade candidates if this team doesn't get off to a good start.
It's interesting though because when Vucevic signed his extension, he said in the press that like the front office are saying that this is our last hurrah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So yeah, if they're bad, which I think we can assume that they will be slightly below 500 most of the season, then maybe they will wash their hands. But also there's rumors that there's contract negotiations between DeMar and the front office that they want to bring him back. So we don't know what to believe. I would hope it's the team doing what's in the best interest for the future, considering this team has a definite ceiling of being not very good. But who knows?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, I feel like at some point you have to just do it now because I think right now is probably where you get your most value for those guys. The older DeMar get, the lesser the value. I think Zach LaVine will still have decent value for a little bit longer because he's younger. But yeah, with DeMar, he's only going to get older, and teams are going to just offer you less and less.
DeMar does not have a ton of value across ball. And anytime I say that in the video, people are like, oh, Kenny, well, he was a 2-time All-Star. That's not what we're talking about.
It's talking about also like fit.
That's one of the main parts. DeMar DeRozan is not necessarily a plug-and-play player, where if I'm a team going for a championship, I can insert him to the star lineup and he will just catch and shoot and do. That's just not his play style. Also, last year of his contract, so why would I give you a good asset for DeMar when he's just going to be a free agent?
That's kind of also like the James Harden thing. Like James Harden he can walk at the end of the year. Why would I give you a bunch for James Harden right now?
Mm-hmm.
So you pretty much want to take what I'm gonna offer, what I feel like I'm willing to give up, and if you're not willing to take it, then shit, I'm gonna just keep my assets.
Unless it is one of those deals where it's like a team trades for a player with the agreement that they will sign an extension, and they immediately, like Porzingis got traded and immediately signed his extension.
Yeah.
Like the first week or so. But the Lakers probably would take him, right?
DeMar?
Mm-hmm. He feels like a player that the Lakers would trade for.
But
yeah,
it depends.
It does feel like that. It's just I'm not sure because they just feel like they roster in such a good spot. I would say that like they
first time in a while.
I would say that like in the case for a lot of teams, you have to see what you have first, right? Let us play 10, 15 games and kind of gauge from there, and then we'll see at trade deadline.
I wouldn't want that for the Lakers because I feel like
I wouldn't either.
It would be another situation where they name chasing.
Hey,
I
thought you was a Bulls fan. Don't you want to get off this money?
For what, Rui and D'Lo?
D'Lo.
It's just
when you need both.
Probably.
It's been so long since we had like a decent 3-point shooting team to just be like, you know what?
Worst 3-point.
You know what? We back on the mid ranges. Yeah, let's go get DeMar. Yeah, and that was one of it. Yeah, and that's such a good thing because like LeBron, we know that he wants to get to the paint. He could definitely hit the outside shot. But Anthony Davis, they dominating inside. Like we already got those guys with the 2 points. It's the reason why we led the league in free throws last season. Like, please give us some extra points from deep.
Yeah, and DeMar, that just gives you a whole nother.
Unless he's talking about 3-point plays from mid range.
I was about to say, you want to closer or not? Because he's a closer. He gonna win you some
He
games.
can definitely close out the game.
Imagine DeMar saying, Anthony Davis, get the fuck out of the way. LeBron, get the fuck out of the way. Let me do this real quick.
You know what's funny? Those defenders that guard Anthony Davis just
go help over.
Just help off of him.
DeMar's a willing passer. Don't forget, 6 assists per game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Never forget when he went to San Antonio and that boy was playing basically point guard.
Yeah.
You could do that. You could do that when you're that nice.
Yeah, please, Lakers, please. Just thinking about that is frustrating.
It's not them. A couple other things, not rumors, but actual things. Iggy retired from the NBA, 19 seasons.
Yes, he did.
So shout out to Iggy, man. One of the guys. Hall of Fame career? Yes, no.
I feel like he's gonna get in.
You think not first ballot, but he'll sneak his way in there.
Gonna get in.
And like a weak class, it's like, okay, we got Iggy in here.
Love Andre Iguodala. That's a guy I would love to have on his podcast.
Yeah, shout out to him. We could probably make that happen.
You got more time, Iggy? Come on.
His co-host follows me on the gram, so we could do our show, their show thing. 4-time champion.
I love their podcast name too.
It's very good.
Yeah.
4-time champion, Finals MVP, 1-time All-Star, 2-time All-Defensive, and rookie first team. The accolade thing don't seem crazy, but the impact.
But that Finals MVP also just sounds so nice too.
Yeah. But also Cedric Maxwell. So, and then that last championship, did he play in 2022?
Because the Celtics, not really.
I don't think so, not really.
He just did the shit with Andrew Wiggins.
He did his part.
Yeah, he's definitely like a more of a. I love Iggy as like that locker room guy. I remember like something had happened in that game where like Draymond was yelling at somebody and then Iggy like stepped in and like stopped it and like cooled it down. But I was like, that's that good veteran leadership that you need in the locker room.
He didn't even get to 20 though. He was at year 19.
Yeah,
it would have been cool to see him get to 20.
And I'm pretty sure the Warriors probably would have brought him back for that one more year.
On some Udonis Haslem shit.
Yeah,
you ain't got to play. Just be you.
And he said it's time to be at the crib with his son though.
Yeah, but you know, if you listen to his podcast or their podcast appearances, he had told us a while ago where he was on Old Man in the 3 with JJ and Tommy Alter. He asked JJ, "How did you go out?" And JJ told him his story, whatever. And he was like, okay, bad. And then JJ was like, you thinking about it? He's like, thinking about it. I know my answer. And he was just alluding to like, that was it. So he did it. Did he do anything special? I only saw the report. I didn't go on his Instagram. Did he post
They talked about it on the podcast.
Okay, word. Okay. Did he cry?
No.
Shaking my head.
He probably cried before.
He was saying he had talked to Dale Curry. And Dale Dale was just saying, I had 2 teenage boys that was giving their mama fits back home. I had to go put my foot in their ass. Steph and
they'll play for a
Seth.
long ass time too.
So he was just like, yeah, man, my son taller than me now, so that it's time, and you just got to be home. Yeah, Andre Iguodala, his son, taller than like he said.
Is he playing basketball too?
Yeah,
Gotta be.
He does.
Gotta be. The next thing is Terry Stotts stepped down from the assistant coach to the Milwaukee Bucks. Stotts returned to coaching after 2 years away and joined Adrian Griffin's staff. And then Sean put out an article that was saying during a pregame, there was 2 different huddles. There was one huddle with coaches and one huddle with players. Terry Stotts was trying to go over to the players' huddle to talk to Dame, and Adrian Griffin said, "Get your ass over here." And then they got into a verbal altercation that ended with Adrian Griffin yelling at him and stuff. And then a day later, he stepped away from the team.
This is very because I wonder what was said in this exchange to where Terry Stotts literally said, "Yeah, I'm out."
Like 3 days before the NBA season.
Yeah, like something really bad had to be said, or either Terry Stotts is just so sensitive to where like he couldn't handle being the assistant coach.
Right. So I think it might have been power dynamic, and that was something that Shams alluded to, where like Terry Stotts has been a head coach in the league for 10 years.
Yeah.
And maybe underestimated how much
power he didn't have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with a first-time head coach, power struggle, this and that. But also it came out that the Bucks front office tried to do everything in their power to prevent him from leaving. And he was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So that means if that's the case, then I feel like something Adrian Griffin said probably really.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it could be that deep. I think it could be.
I think it's a chain of command.
I think it also could be
it's a chain of command.
It don't have to be. This one situation could have been a tipping point, but this is a one situation we only know about.
Yeah.
But there could have been 1,000 of meetings, 1,000 of different things that go to the point where it's like, this shit ain't really hitting the same. And then that one probably was just the overwhelming one where it's like, oh, hell yeah. I didn't have this say-so in that meeting. I couldn't say this in that meeting. That was cool. But he definitely not finna tell me to get my ass over here. Oh, hell no. That confirmed every thought that I had. So I'm out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I also feel like if the coaches are also having their huddle, why wouldn't you be in that huddle at the same time? Why are you trying to go to the
Yeah, I thought it was funny this like he went to go talk to Dame. Like that's his guy. He said, I'm not, fuck all that. I'm going to go talk to Dame.
But what if he just wanted to tell him something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't say he's stuck up his middle finger and said, I'm never coming to the coach's huddle. I just want to go say something today.
And it's even worse because Terry Stotts was in charge of the offense. So when Dame got traded, he's like, I'm excited because I've ran this offense for 10 years. I know all the terminology and stuff.
Yeah.
Now they don't have their first line of offensive coaching anymore. So I don't know who comes in and replaces that.
Terry Stotts has always been a very, very decent offensive coach with the limited weapons that he did have in Portland.
Yeah.
So like,
well, he had a mega weapon.
Well, he had Dame, but I'm talking.
He had a mega weapon.
I'm just talking about like this around the pieces.
He had a nuclear weapon.
Yeah, like even for them to have like a mean with Mo Harkless, for them to still have a pretty good offense was pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So
does this matter in the grand scheme of their season?
It could
a little bit, but I feel like they have the talent on their roster to where they could probably bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're gonna do to replace Terry. I never really know how to gauge the importance of an assistant coach.
Well, the importance in this one is the fact that him and Damian Lillard had a relationship prior to it already. There was some familiarity.
Yeah.
For Damian Lillard to lean on. I'm not saying Damian Lillard need to be crutched or lean on anybody, but it always helps. And the fact that it's so close to the season, that we're literally days away, and all of a sudden somebody, like KB said, that was in charge of offense is now gone. Doesn't mean that they can't do anything that they didn't want to do, but it has to be some type of impact behind it, just because it's just the way shit is. If no producer comes to the podcast still gonna come out, but it's now more loopholes. So you know what I mean, it ain't the end all be all, but it does affect you. So I think assistant coaches are important. I don't give a fuck who they are, what they do. I think every coach that's a part of it is important. And that's just my opinion when it comes to basketball.
I agree. I mean, it's just so hard. It's hard, especially with you have a roster of like grown men. It's hard to be a perfect coach and just see everything and know everything. So to have the extra eyes, and also some players just like gravitate to other people.
Yes, they do.
It just is what it is. It's just like a natural thing. So to have extra like people that can listen and also communicate and keep these guys like on the same page is always key. But I'm right with you with the like, it was just so nice because Dame was familiar with Terry Stotts, you know, like, and especially because they have all the pressure on them. Like, we're talking very highly of them. Number 1, number 2 seed, go to the finals, maybe get a championship. Like, it's not just throw 2 guys together and it's just given to him. Like, they still need to gel. You know, as good as Damian Lillard is and Giannis is, they really haven't played with the guy.
Yeah.
So that regardless, that's still going to take some time to gel. And I think having Terry Stotts could have been a little bit more easier because you just, you know, you're already there with Dame. It's just, I think it just makes that road a little bit more bumpier.
An added point to that is the most crucial thing for this team to reach its fullest potential, to reach the peak success that they can, to me, lies outside of Damian Lillard and Giannis. I think the most important thing is for Brook Lopez to still be able to be Brook Lopez, for Chris Middleton to be Chris Middleton, because when we come to the playoffs, defenses and teams are going to scheme around those two. What makes them so dangerous is the fact that you have another all-star in Chris Middleton. But if you don't properly put him in situations where he can be him, then when you have to lean on him, it's going to be like you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if they go all year and he's a spot-up shooter. I've said this before. He's a spot-up shooter. The playoffs come and teams are trapping Dame or doing something crazy, and now you're looking at Chris Middleton to be this Chris Middleton from 2 years ago, but he like, shit, I haven't been that guy in all year. Mm-hmm. But if he can still be him, then you can lean on him in a time of need, because it's going to happen. There's going to be a time in the playoffs where the Bucks are going to look around and Chris Middleton is going to have to be an answer for them. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Same thing with the Suns. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a time where Bradley Beal is going to have to be Bradley Beal for them in some way, shape, or form. It may not always be scoring. It may be he have to go make a play or turn something out of nothing. It's going to happen. It's just what it is.
Do you think Giannis tones down his threes this year?
And his value?
And the only reason why I say that is just because, like, in the past years, it's like, first of all, the type of player Giannis is, if he's shooting the ball, you probably bailing the defense out a little bit, but you still want to be respectable from shooting the ball. I just like, and
Has
I
he
seen
improved every year?
I'm looking it up as
the only reason I asked this because I seen this on Reddit. I was looking on the Bucks page and they were talking about, like, same thing about the gelling and everything with Giannis, because I was looking at that too, and they were like, it looks bad when there's possessions where Dame is on the floor and it's 18 seconds, 16 seconds, and Giannis is just taking a three. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's just a bad possession for as good as you can get with those two guys on the floor.
Here are the numbers over the last 4 years. 2020, he averaged 4.5 3-point attempts per game, 30%. Then 3.6 attempts per game, 30%. 3.6 attempts per game, 29%, and then last year 2.7 attempts per game.
So they're going down.
It's going down.
I mean, both stats is going down.
The attempts and the.
But I'm kind of saying just like the more like random threes, you know. And I feel like the same way like Draymond says, it's like, let me get the second one that comes around, because the first one, the defense wants that shot. Yeah. You know.
And you know what? Maybe I'm not in tune as much as I've seen the Milwaukee Bucks fans. I don't think those early shot clock threes are happening as often enough for me to feel like we need to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the numbers are saying he's attempting 2.5 a game, then maybe one of them is like the bad one. But I agree with what you're saying, though, because the offense should be more free flowing. There should be way more options than a 3-point shot from Giannis.
Yeah, I would love to see him like attack the mid range area a little bit more too. Like that could be another.
It wasn't even the shooting. They was on him for like, they were like, he shouldn't even be like. And this is just crazy people on Reddit. They're like, with Dame on the floor, like, it's okay for Giannis not to always have the ball in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this type of stuff. Like, you have to be willing to give it up. Like, it don't matter. You don't have to bring it up 35 times a game, Giannis. Yeah. Like, come on. I think that started this part of it's just like kind of the kinks you have to kind of work out. But it's an 82-game season. You know, these are very smart and very talented players. So
I think what's going to be very fun is seeing Dame's, like, playmaking with this team. Like, he was a very good playmaker with, like, limited weapons. And like
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Lopez, Chris Middleton type, and Giannis around him is going to be very crazy.
I was just like, just replace the players. Like, Nurkic, now it's Brook Lopez. Jeremy Grant, now you got Giannis under the Kumpo. You know, it's just like, you can go up and it's like, this is a crazy team for Dame to have. And it's just
went from Matisse Thybulle to Chris Middleton offensively. That sounds crazy.
I know. It's just like all the weapons around him. It's just like, you can't think that they're not going to thrive, you know?
Yeah.
The last bit of news. This is the biggest piece of news. Joel Embiid, Julius Randle, and Terrence Mann signed to Skechers.
Skechers is trying to have a nice little come up with the NBA.
Do you believe in the Skechers redemption arc? Well, it can't be a redemption if you never had a good year.
I'm not persuaded yet. Like I'm not, regardless of who they sign, unless they get Kyrie Irving on there or something like that.
They could have.
If they would have got Kyrie, I'm probably not getting their basketball shoes.
Here's the reality of the situation. They signed 2 big men to be the face of their basketball sneaker brand. One thing we've known historically about basketball sneakers is big men don't sell. The fact that they didn't go out there and try to get a young, fun guard or a wing to be the face of it. Joel Embiid played for Under Armour.
Like who though?
I'm not even know who's a free agent at that point. But I'm just saying, Joel Embiid was an Under Armour athlete, correct? Mm-hmm. Had his own Siggy. Have you ever seen that goddamn signature shoe in your life?
No. I don't even think that though. Like when I go to the gym and I see big men, I don't see them wearing it.
He is a MVP of the league. Has his own signature shoe.
Advocate.
You got to be
that was advocate.
A Philly fan.
When you're competing against these big brands, it's so hard to get young talent because they're already tied up.
Puma did it,
especially in the name of the game where you have AAU basketball. Puma did what?
Puma went into the 2018 draft and said, "Give me all of them motherfuckers. We want all of them. Bigs, wings,
who's a
guards."
who's a standout guy?
Was it LaMelo?
Besides LaMelo,
they got LaMelo.
Are you buying a Marvin Bagley shoe?
He doesn't have one.
Are you buying a DeMarcus Cousins shoe?
You have to hit once on the Signy.
Give them.
I've seen LaMelo Siggies in person.
When Puma first came, they didn't even have LaMelo. They went and got RJ Barrett. Mm-hmm. Were you buying Pumas because of RJ Barrett?
Their goal wasn't to draft. I mean, it wasn't to create signature shoes. Remember that first orange shoe that they had that I had?
It was the Clyde.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That wasn't a Siggy. Skechers giving Joel Embiid.
That's Clyde's though.
Okay, but that's not a current player Siggy.
Okay.
It's not like they got Marvin Bagley and said, "Here's a signature shoe."
They just retroing the guy who was the former face.
Skechers is giving Joel Embiid and Siggy and said, "This is going to be our model." The one that Julius Randle is playing in, that's their day-to-day hooping shoe. And it's not ugly. I don't want people to think that we're saying it's brand name more than anything. It's not an ugly sneaker. Would I buy it? Would I hoop in it? No. Their goal is to say our first signature sneaker is going to be a Joel Embiid sneaker, which I think is just not the right move for the business.
No, but if me and you started a business and we came back and Mike and Darrick said, "Man, listen, you know it's going to be stingy out here in the market, but we can come in with it. Our first shoe can be with the guy who just won MVP." It's hard to pass up on it. I'm sorry. He's the MVP.
I would pass.
He's the MVP.
I feel like
I would pass to try to go get one of the people in the draft class.
I'm not passing. You can still get those guys, potentially.
But I would rather, because I don't know how much money they gave Joel Embiid. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's a shit ton of money. He's the MVP of the league.
Exactly.
I would rather divvy that money up to 6 different people in this draft class and say one of them might hit.
But that's what I'm telling you. That is harder than you're making it seem because a lot of these guys are already tied in from AAU basketball.
I don't think
it's no mistake when you see a guy on an AAU circuit with a Nike team, goes to a Nike college, goes to the NBA, and has a Nike fucking shoe.
What is the thing above all, though? The money.
They're going to get money from Nike.
Nike's not giving the 30th. I'm not saying 30th overall, but if we are giving Joel Embiid, let's say 15 amps.
So you're telling me you would rather have Marcus Sasser?
No, because that's a
30.
Yeah, that's what.
So I'm thinking of a Men Thompson.
Right.
I've never seen a Men Thompson not wear the fucking Kobe. He's a Nike guy.
Yes, but he hasn't. Until this year he hasn't signed to Nike because he couldn't. He just played on teams that were signed to Nike.
But
Okay, so
a podcast. I know I'm on a podcast. I would like to say this. Mm-hmm. I wink think a lot of these guys are signed to Nike. They can't, but wink. Like I said, it's no mistake when you see guys go from an AAU circuit that's Nike based. Then they go to a college that is Nike based. Mm-hmm. And then they go to the league and they don't go to Adidas. They're going to Nike because I think already behind the scenes, I don't want to put nobody's name on it, there's a
okay, how much for the Ahmed Thompson, since we're on the subject, how much you think Ahmed Thompson is getting from Nike? It can't be an absurd amount of money, correct?
It's going to be a couple million.
If we are Skechers, we are trying to build this brand for, at the end of the day, you're selling sneakers to kids.
Yes.
Because that's what's going to get you money.
That's my thing.
If we believe that Ahmed Thompson has the potential to be a great player in this league at the wing, it can help us sell sneakers, and let's say Nike's giving him $3 million.
Yep.
If we could throw him 6, that's going to make him think, fuck what I did in high school or in college. $6 million is double what Nike is giving me right now. Because I don't know what he, not Julius Randle. Julius Randle was a Nike athlete, correct?
Yeah.
I don't know what
he said. You might as well sit down, bro. He don't said 1,000 Fs.
I don't know how much
I
Julius
said
Randle
1 too, by the way.
is being
That's
paid,
what I'm saying.
or how much Under Armour paid Joel Embiid.
Right. I understand that, but what I'm saying is, when you have people like Mike said, because the youth is important. So clearly, Nike has the market, and they've gotten these guys from a young art. There are certain guys, Amin Thompson, who I think personally will probably say, I'd rather take $3 million to be with Nike, my dream shoe that I've worn my entire life, than $6 million.
Did you watch Air?
Than 6 million from
This is what
Skechers.
This is what I gotta say.
This is not Adidas.
Did
This
you
is
watch
not
Air?
Puma. This is
That's
Skechers.
the Michael Jordan movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I watched.
This
it.
Listen.
This is
Did you
Skechers.
watch Air?
No, I haven't.
Okay, let me
This is
get-
Skechers.
let me
No,
give
don't
you
tell
Air.
me because it's on Netflix now, so I'm gonna watch it probably.
But it's still a story. It's still a
on our
story.
trip
It's
to,
a real story that you know.
Where we finna go?
Denver.
Denver.
I'm not giving you the weeds. The reality is,
Michael Jordan wanted to go to Converse.
Michael Jordan wanted to go to Converse.
Yes.
That was his dream sneaker all the time. Nike didn't exist. They did not have a basketball. I mean, they did. They gave like
I forgot
Spencer
who it was.
Hayward some money, whatever. But they were not a basketball sneaker. They saw in this draft class that this class has got like Hakeem
Nike
Olajuwon.
were running shoes.
Yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon already had a deal with I forget who. Again, it's been a while since I watched the movie. Whatever. They went to Michael Jordan's house.
Hakeem had to deal with what, Reebok?
Maybe.
He looked like he would wear some big Reeboks.
Viola Davis is there as Michael Jordan's mom.
Yeah.
And it's like he already got his mindset. He said he going here. Nobody wearing no fucking Nike. Nobody cares about no Nike. And they gave him the pitch. We want you to be the face of our entire brand, Michael. As somebody that's a 3rd overall pick in a league that has no guard. Nobody believes in the guard position. We believe in you. Right?
And that's when they brought out the Jordan 1.
And they said they got him. We are Skechers. We don't hold water to Nike, to Adidas, to even Puma at this point. We don't hold water to fucking Li-Ning at this moment. Because these Li-Ning got Dwayne Wade and got Clay Thompson is what? Anto. Either way. But we could say, Amin Thompson.
Right now he is? He went to Reebok eventually.
We could tell, again, we're just using Amin Thompson as a thing.
Right.
We want to build our brand where you are the face of it. You can't tell me if you are Amin Thompson. Okay, Pierre, you're a Nike guy. You went through high school, college. You went to the overtime elite, always Nike. If a brand is telling you they want to build their brand around you and give you double the money as the other place, you just be on the roster, that is some interesting shit.
It is interesting, but the thing that pops off more is being a signature athlete for Nike. And that weight, because Nike has built this cachet, that weight is always going to be more to where I say a guy like Amin Thompson or these young players, even myself, they will say, well, I'll turn down $3 extra million because the long-term trajectory, as I see with Paul George, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, when you get that Nike signature shoe,
But
that
they are
motherfucker
also
is on a trajectory to go crazy.
But they are also in the huge minority. How many Nike NBA players are there that have no Siggies?
Yeah, but if I'm Amin Thompson, I'm already in a minority. How many guys went top 5 in the draft? I'm on that trajectory. The trajectory tells me that I'm on par with those guys.
I'm with KB. I'm trying to get a couple of those young guys because
no, it's not being with or against. All I'm saying is it's easier said than done.
It is.
You can go up to a guy. We're talking about
why.
Skechers. We're not talking about Adidas, Puma. We're talking about Skechers.
And that's why I feel like the target audience for their kids is so young, and that's why I'm trying to go there. Is because immediately when you say Skechers, there's you could say negative. You could say just like there's like low quality. Yeah, it's just like. Kids don't want to wear Skechers going to school.
Skechers of their brand has always been affordable, which we appreciate. But it's not affordable. It's not the thing in sports, especially not basketball.
It's gonna be hard to convince a younger player to come to Skechers for more money versus convincing a player to go to Nike for less.
And it's just like I want to try to turn the page with like, well, if I'm speaking if I'm not like a Skechers ambassador or whatever, I'm trying to turn the page on that. Maybe you could say affordable, but just that connotation on Skechers. And maybe that has to be a younger, fun guy. And that's probably like why I'm trying to take, hey, it don't got to be a Amin Thompson. Maybe it is a 12 pick, but I might try to get, 4 or 5 of those guys instead of just one big name.
Yeah.
This is on a different scale because New Balance lifestyle has always been solid, right? But remember when New Balance first was getting back into basketball, They made a few signings like Kawhi Leonard. You remember people, they was
claw.
going crazy on Twitter
Yep.
because he fit New Balance because it was boring and
Yep.
boom, boom, boom. Nobody believed in New Balance being able to build a basketball division. And now they got Zach LaVine. They got, of course, Kawhi
DeJounte
still,
Murray.
DeJounte Murray, Jamal Murray. They've built a real brand over there with some good signature
Tyrese
sneakers and stuff.
Maxey.
And they've
Tyrese
also
Maxey there.
grown as like a fashion like shoe as well.
But
Yeah,
listen,
a lot of collabs.
But
a
look
lot
at
of
what
stuff.
you just said.
They've already hit the lifestyle.
They went and they got a guy, and Kawhi Leonard, who wasn't the MVP, but he was the MVP candidate player. And what they did was they got guys who were not young players. They got guys who had already went to shoe companies and saw, I'm probably not going to get my own shoe here. I'm Zach LaVine. I'm a good player. I maybe can be an all-star. But the reality is I'm probably not getting my own Nike
But what
signature shoe.
those guys have in common is that they're not. My original argument was that you don't go for big men for shoes.
Oh no, I mean that's an argument, but I'm saying as a company that's all, they're not behind the 8 ball, they're behind the 16 ball. Behind the 8 ball is New Balance, Puma, but they already have some type of history. Skechers is coming from not even left field; they coming from leftist.
And they are throwing bags. They got Snoop Dogg. They got Doja Cat. Like they going everywhere.
I
right
can
now.
see the age thing, or not the age thing, but the big thing is probably the main thing. Because honestly, if they would have somehow just random, they got Damian Lillard, I feel like I would be like, they might have a damn chance.
Well,
you know?
hell yeah, but any attention for them is good attention. Them getting Joel Embiid is making more noise. We're not talking about them right now if they got Kobe Buffkin.
They can talk
And
about
not
it, but
Joel
it's you
Embiid.
still want people to get your product though.
Right, but
You know?
before they get the product, the eyes have to be on the product. They're not going to jump up overnight and be Nike. They have to take baby steps. They have to. And all I'm saying is to get somebody who was just the MVP, big man, whatever. That is better than what the fuck other options.
I agree,
because
'cause
that's all.
I'm
That's
not-
my whole. Am I buying the Joel Embiid shoe?
Yeah,
Hell no. I
in
wasn't buying it with Under
in no world can I really compare the two. They just so drastically like different sizes. I'm kind of thinking of like them in their own lane.
How
more
do they
so.
end up with Terrence Mann?
I don't know. They heard that untouchable rumor. Well, they heard the untouchable
For
thing.
real.
Yeah, I just
Or
think
did they just want to get somebody in one of the bigger? They got one guy in
True.
New York market.
True.
They got one guy
Missed
in the
out on
LA
AR.
market. Missed out on AR because he's with
Does Shaden Sharp have
God.
a signature shoe?
no
No, it's not his signature shoe. Is he
Like
signed to his
Nike.
company?
Nike.
Oh, he's with Nike?
He's a
Oh.
Nike guy. He went to
98% of players
went to
have
Kentucky, a Nike school, played on the AAU market in Kobe's and a Nike market. I'm telling you, man.
Also
I
plays
hate-
in Portland.
They've been doing this shit since in Portland. They've been doing this shit. Watch, there's a 30 for 30 or some shit like this goes back to LeBron and them, man. This shit ain't new. They be knowing. There's handshakes and you wear this. You come and play there. You'll see players.
So you're saying they should get in trouble?
No, I'm just saying that they recruiting early. There's players that
What a
play on
commercial.
certain.
I've never seen a commercial like that.
I
They
never
paid
even.
him
Yeah, I haven't
Didn't
seen
Aaron
that
Rodgers
either.
call him the jab man?
Yeah.
But yes, there's certain players that you don't see in certain camps. The ABCD camp was a camp that people played in. You don't really hear about that no more because it's so political now with shoe companies and shit. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, and I know because I have a little brother that plays AAU basketball.
I didn't expect the.
You can come play for a Nike this. You can play for a Nike that. We got a Nike, so we playing this, that. You come with the Nike. No, like
that's what I'm
Would you
happy
be
about.
willing to break that handshake deal to go to a company like Skechers
I would.
for a little bit more money?
Skechers threw me a bag right now. I would not. I would take these forwards off and put on some Skechers.
I mean,
That was
yeah,
another thing.
Me right now, Pierre. Hell yeah, I'll take a bag. Me, Pierre, top 5 pick in the draft. We'll talk about it, but I can also see why I would try to take my chances with Nike. Skechers will probably fucking be there.
Yeah.
But if I could become the small minority of getting my own signature shoe with Nike, that is going to propel and traject me on bigger than anybody.
I
The
wonder how
thing-
long these deals are.
Yeah, I feel like another thing that hurts
Yeah, you
some
never really know the length of shoe deals.
is just I feel like shoes is one of those things that like you kind of have some brand loyalty to too. Like we all got like different pairs of shoes, but for the most part, we all have like our Nikes or whatever. Like
Jordans, yeah.
it's just like
Would you want to?
You have to- you
Skechers?
it's not even have to work around, but it's just like you have to kind of break that, kind of like go over that loyalty.
Everybody's not cut for that. Also, there's some guys who are like LaMelo. He is that guy that I no doubt LaMelo. I'm not surprised LaMelo goes to Puma and has these bright ass shoes. That's LaMelo's image and personality. The grill, the chains. He got colorful tattoos.
Colorful cards.
Like yeah, that's all. That's him. So it makes sense on brand. Some of these other guys ain't cut out for that. You got to be a certain type of person that's for that. You just have to be. And I think it's a lot more competitive than back then with Michael Jordan because now there's like 8 companies.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to Adidas, you can go to Nike, New Balance,
You got
Under Armour,
players
Reebok
in the
is
NBA
coming
with
back
they.
now.
You got players in the NBA with they own sneaker brands.
Way of Wade,
Spencer Dinwiddie, right?
Yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie,
The crypto sneaker.
But I literally was trying to figure out what shoes to wear today, and I pulled these out, and I was like, man, I got to go on a podcast and talk about these. I remember when I wanted these shoes so fucking bad. Like, I love this shoe, and I have it. I wanted this shoe. Shoes mean so much.
One of the realest things you be saying is like the shoe that I don't have is the one I want.
Because once you get it, it's just like,
Because
well,
once, and I really like, I'm not a shoe collector at all. Like my shoes sit in my closet, like they're kind of all over my house. Like I don't got no box. My little shoe stand have broke. I need to get a new one. But it's just like once they in the house, it's just whatever. Like I don't even wear all my shoes. You know, it's just like I don't even. I have
you can only wear one at a time.
Yeah, but it's usually like for me, it's just like I'll have like a usual rotation of shoes or whatever.
Yeah,
and then
mostly
it's like,
4s, right?
Yeah.
There's 3 pair of 4. It's 3 pair of 4s and 2 pairs of 11s in here. Damn, we brand loyal.
I don't wear my 11s as much. When I pull these out, I'm like, oh, I could wear these. They're like, man, I haven't worn these in so long, and it's so crazy because I used to want this shoe so bad. I think these came out in 2011.
What was we talking about?
Christmas, and I didn't get them.
And D Mills didn't know. Oh, it was Shohei Ohtani.
Oh yeah,
We thought he was joking when he said he didn't know what Shohei Ohtani was.
You know who he is now?
No.
Oh,
that's.
I know he's a baseball
Just watch
player.
some
I just know he's-
highlights. Watch some highlights.
Please watch some Shohei highlights. You're gonna fall in love. He's a hunk of a man.
Think of one of the best pitchers in the league, but also one of the best hitters, or like most exciting hitters.
Damn.
when y'all said, he said, damn. It literally is like you've been sleeping under a rock. But
They literally made a rule for him so he could hit. What's it like? What is it called? Is it called like the Ohtani rule?
It's a Shohei rule or a Ohtani rule, yeah. Where because now there's a universal DH, he can run DH while also pitching for you.
Okay.
And when he's pulled off the mound, he can still be in the lineup, so he can play both ways. He's a free agent, and he might get $700 million. So we'll see.
Doesn't that would you consider that something that could hinder him pitching? Like,
Well, he just tore his elbow, so he's not pitching next season
that's
at all.
literally what I said on the last episode.
oh,
I mean, not last episode, last time he
He
came
didn't know who that was. He didn't know who he was talking about.
Yeah. Now y'all got that in my mind.
About what?
The shoe shit, it's hard, man. If you're a shoe company, it's very hard, man. It's very hard.
What
It's
is
very hard. I think I think New Balance gave you the blueprint though. I would stay away from the young guys because they're so young and they're so brand loyal. Let them go and have these first trial runs with Adidas or with Nike, and once they realize they're not going to get their own shoe or they're not in the system like that, then you go and you say, all right.
Well, the reality is
Come here.
The business aspect, you want to get them while they're young because it's going to be cheaper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, but I just know an 18-year-old who's brand loyal, it's hard to change their mind. I mean, come
Yeah,
on, man,
facts.
it's very hard. So, but it becomes easier once they are in the loop and they see.
If you
Oh man, I done had this shit.
Joel Embiid and Julius Randle are just not marketable players, in my opinion.
I guess they felt like Julius Randle was in a marketable market.
He's like the third
You wanna
favorite
know-
player on the team.
I have no devil's advocate with
you know what
Julius
player
Randle besides the fact that he plays in New York.
you know what
Yeah,
player
that's
came
the-
to mind that's like I feel like that if they wear Skechers it'd be like fun. Like people would maybe joke about it, but it can gain some buzz.
Boban?
No,
I'm
Jordan
finna say-
Poole.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the last motherfucker that you call. You know what he going. He care about his fits too much.
Didn't Joel Embiid, not Joel Embiid,
Ain't
then
like-
Julius
who is he
Randle.
with?
Probably Nike.
Oh, he wears Kobe's. Huh?
Julius Randle also had like a tire brand on his shoe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
good
the
year.
Sketcher.
Good year.
The Sketcher has a
How you think they get their
combination with-
money?
No. Once they bring out the light up ones, that's when I might get them. They bring out the light up shoes, I might get
They
those.
need to
I
bring
see
you in as a consultant,
If they
For
senior
real.
consultant.
They should do that because Embiid is such a troll.
You press a button on his sneaker
Yeah,
off the bucket.
you dunk somebody, you press it. Oh,
bro, that'll
That'll get motherfuckers aware.
Yeah.
Some kids, a kid that would love a light up Sketcher hoop shoe.
Oh, facts.
What's some other way? You got to go in each market and find the fan.
What they got to do
favorites.
is bring us, and then we can turn the brand around.
That's.
I feel like another thing is if you got to get another thing. New Balance
You would
is
definitely see me up at Market Sketches.
Dead ass. I will sell out in a heartbeat.
Nigga, what?
you got to get the clothing right too.
Dana, put
Yes,
these big ass
yes,
sketches
yes.
on.
Like when I see Joel Embiid, he's at the college football game and he got on his Skechers, track suit or whatever. Like I mean, like I might be like, that's kind of hard. I
That's
might have to look at that.
people
underappreciated part of it. Your lifestyle has to be up.
Yeah, when I was first on the New Balance shit super hard, I tell people all the time, Kawhi put me on.
Joe, bro,
When
every time
Kawhi got on there, I said I have to look at what's
stayed
going
with
on.
some Joe Fresh Goods.
I got to who you say?
He stayed with some Joe Fresh
Oh
Goods.
yeah, Joe Fresh Goods New Balance collab.
He be having all the
Crazy.
jackets. He always got a hat on.
New Balance really did their shit, bro.
Yeah, you
New
got
Balance
to try to
did
mimic
their
New Balance. Again, the difference is New Balance already had like the 990. Like they already had a bunch of sneakers that people mess with. You can't name one Skechers.
I was so New Balance invested.
My mom is a pair of Skechers. So.
Came and sat next to me with the same shit on.
And weren't you pissed? Where was this at? Didn't you wear something one time and somebody else had it on too and you was pissed?
Oh, that was at no, this was at Summer League. He had put on a shirt and he was like, I didn't think nobody was gonna be here wearing that. And there was a dude sitting on the
That one New
court
Balance.
side.
That one New
Oh,
Balance.
Oh, that wasn't New Balance. Yeah.
KB talking about something New Balance. I can't remember.
No. I think that was the moment I thought it might have been New Balance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm like, nice shirt, bro. Surf 470. And we both wearing it. The fuck?
But he was in courtside, so that was probably not.
No, I think he was in Jet Howard's family or some shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Jay Howard, big game last night.
Yes.
Big game.
That's his guy because of what? 2K?
The league, well, goodbye
Bam.
to that league
You
unless
do-
they patch it.
You do Mike right in
check
2K, boy. You got a lifelong fan.
You do me wrong in 2K, it's a different story.
Who did you wrong?
It might have to be. It's nobody in recent. Now that I think about it.
All right, let's get into the contenders versus pretenders. The thing that we were supposed to be here talking about. I love the conversation about the sneaker stuff. Thought that was great.
No, yeah. I think that's the best thing about the podcast.
It just be anything.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too much of a tangent because it's NBA.
Yeah, it was NBA related.
So how do y'all want to tackle this?
I guess we could just go through like the teams and like list the teams and see who do you feel like is more of a pretender or a pretender.
Okay, say less.
He said it's simple.
Just do what it says.
Let's start with the Denver Nuggets. Or should we just not do the obvious ones?
No, we should
I mean,
do the
those
obvious one.
no, because most of the obvious ones I feel like
Are
are
the
fit in
one-
the category
yeah.
of contenders. So.
Contender, Denver Nuggets contender.
But-
Best player in the world potentially.
With their new roster, does it sway their odds? Are they number one for y'all?
I think what we have to do
They're
is.
not number one.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah,
you got to kind of pose a question for them. For them being like coming off a championship, we know it's harder the next year. It's how likely do you see them repeating?
Yeah.
Because we all know they're a contender at this point.
Yeah. If it was them versus the field, I'm taking the field. But to what extent, I don't know.
I would kind of agree with that. It's just last year when they won the championship, I feel like I wasn't taking them as serious either, but they kind of like surprised us a little bit. Like we knew they were going to be really good, but we didn't know Jokic was going to be best player in the world good. Jamal Murray's going to have, 30-point triple-double in the finals. Like they surprised everybody with another step. I think you kind of have to take another step again to get that repeat. I don't know, but Jokic is still just so good. It's hard to kind of doubt him and what he can do at this point.
Steve Kerr said that the hardest one is the next one.
And also they run was so dominant.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really extend no series. Like they just kind of just wiped
They
the floor with everybody.
literally swept my Lakers,
Yeah.
and I thought like the Lakers had a actual like
Well,
a
people
legit
were
shot.
picking the Lakers.
Those games were close though.
They were.
those
And
games were
I'll
close.
be the first one to tell you, like, I forget, they like, it was like the marginal, after the whole series, they only won by like a certain amount of points or whatever, which made it not seem as bad for a sweep. But they were the better team.
Yeah.
Like they legit looked like the better team. Any given time, they could have kind of like took off.
Y'all fought though.
And that's progression from you because I don't remember if it was a series. I remember one time you was like, they got swept, but it was a close sweep.
It was a close sweep.
But like you were saying that as if like you still didn't get swept. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was. But no, they were the team to beat.
Yeah. But 100% contenders. You can't convince me otherwise.
They too good. They just fit too good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just really, really fit and mesh really well.
Do y'all ever feel, because we talk about like Klay Thompson, we talked about him in the past being on like more just without the Warriors, without Steph. Would you ever want to see that for Jamal Murray?
Nah.
You think he fit
it's
too well?
Perfect.
It's like, yeah, it's too
he
perfect.
goes somewhere else, and we probably
Because I think there's
I think it also seeing him somewhere expectations might change a little bit because like with the Nuggets, he just literally has to score.
Mhm.
He doesn't really have to do anything else. With someone else, as being a lead guard, you might be like, okay, I need my lead guard to facilitate playmaking.
He does
What if
facilitate.
that's a part of his game that you haven't seen yet that could be displayed?
No, yeah,
But
it
he's a good playmaker.
when you talk
he just
about,
plays
like-
with the best playmaker, so it gets
because we
overshadowed.
talk about like the top 10 or wherever you have Jamal Murray on the guard list, I feel like people have him probably a little bit below than, I don't know, just off the top, probably
Like
like
the
a
Drew
10,
Holidays
10,
and-
12 or whatever. But it feels like he can only really go up
I had
if
him like
he
9,
takes
8.
like
Yeah,
that
he
jump.
was in. I think he was in
And
all
it seems
of our
like you'd
top
have to be
10
on a
lists.
different team.
Yeah,
That's the only reason people leave. That's the argument because you go somewhere else and show more of your game,
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially
think
after
he can-
somebody that's won a championship.
he could
already.
show more of his game there
Mhm.
because he only averaged 20 last year. We know he could be a 23, 24 point per game scorer. It's just about, I guess, priorities at the end of the day.
Yeah. I feel like regular season, that's always been him, though. The next team are the Golden State Warriors.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
I'm-
It's a very tough one.
I feel like I'm on the side of pretenders. I think that they're still really good. It's just I think the age is catching up to him a little bit. Steph Curry, I can't really say the same thing for about him, but I think I don't know. It's gonna be interesting seeing Chris Paul this year at the age he's getting up to. Last year, it felt like he was already in that decline. It's still part of me that keeps like telling myself like, there's no way it just doesn't work with one of the best passers of all time and one of the best and the best shooter of all time. Like something has to click there. But I
feel like
still
the
just don't
second
feel like
unit-
they're all together.
The second unit's probably going to be much better, though, this year with Chris Paul.
100%. I think Kuminga's about to have a really big year.
Yeah, I think that was like the big thing last year for them is that like their second unit was just so like bad that like it was just hard for them to even like stay on the court. You couldn't play Jordan Poole and Steph together because defensively it was terrible. You could play Chris Paul with Steph now because Chris Paul is at least a better defender than Jordan Poole. In that sense, and then Steph
I feel like
Curry's
they still going. I feel like when it comes to playoff time, they're gonna probably pick on Chris Paul. Honestly,
They're gonna try to.
because I mean, it's gonna be probably if they have some type of small ball depth lineup or whatever. And it's Chris Paul. I'm probably looking at like, let me attack these smaller guards, and Chris Paul is gonna be in that type of mix because I'm probably not going at Wiggins. Probably not trying to just go at Draymond and Klay Thompson. I'm probably picking a smaller guy.
Yeah.
You know.
This is a tough one.
While you think, I want to give some birthday shout outs. Shout out to Dim Sweets. Happy birthday. He said he came to the Toronto show. He asked D Mills for a B-Day shout out on the pod. He said he would, but he never did.
There was so much going on. That's unfair to expect D-Mills to remember that.
Bro,
one
it be so
interaction.
much going on. We be getting into that thing where it's just like when you're working at a cash register and you just be
Darrick
like,
goes
hello,
through it a lot,
hello, hello. And it's just like,
Dudes were walking off and Darrick was like, "What's up, bro?"
Literally.
it just be so monotonous.
Yeah.
Not bored, but like it's just repetitive.
You become like a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
only
you.
one?
Happy birthday.
Was that the only one?
I think so.
I don't. The thing is, I keep saying.
Oh,
like,
happy birthday to Jay Meach. I'm sorry.
Shout out Jay Meach.
Jay Meach, happy birthday. And Tyler Teixeira,
Shout out to Ty.
son of,
Mark
yes,
Teixeira. Yeah.
Mark Teixeira.
Happy birthday.
They don't know who. They
have no
don't
idea.
know.
As long as okay, so I was leaning towards Pretenders as well, but there's other little part of me chirping in the back. They got Steph Curry. They got Steph Curry.
That's the
They got
only
Steph
thing.
Curry.
That's the only thing that's like
That's
I'm hanging
the
on
thing
to.
for me. I'm leaning on Steph Curry, man. I'm leaning on Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is still at the stage. His superpowers are incredible, and I think they still have a good team around him. Kevon Looney, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Wiggins, CP3.
Kuminga looks like a real
Kuminga.
player right now.
Yeah, if they can look like legitimately 7 deep, I think they're going to be a scary team.
So
You know who
y'all
else I
going
like on
Contender?
the?
I'm going contender on the Warriors.
You know who else I like though on there?
AirPods?
Trey Jackson Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Star-
I feel
been
like he's
doing
gonna
good
be
stuff.
real nice.
Yeah.
Like
He said on draft night, y'all gonna
Yes,
regret
he did
this.
say that. They got Corey Joe.
Can play, make a little bit, rebound, got
You know
some size.
If Corey Joe don't do nothing, he going to get close to some winning.
Next one is the Phoenix Suns.
Corey Joe got 2 rings, right? Spurs, Raptors. Oh, no, he didn't win with the Raptors.
I was just saying, I don't think he was still there.
Yeah,
Damn.
because I get a ring and bring it home like I'm Corey Joe.
No, I win a ring, bring it to the 6th.
Oh,
No, let's bring it home.
Oh,
Let's bring it home.
okay.
real Drake fan.
Suns contender.
What song is that? I'm
I'm
charged up.
Oh yeah.
Ain't
Was
that
that-
charged up?
It wasn't it. Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hey. Money?
Right?
Money? Hold up. Money?
I'm just
Money.
skeptical. I'm skeptical.
You said you doubted me. Money?
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
The Suns are a contender.
Yes, they are.
I don't like the way Yusuf Nurkic looked in half his preseason. That's the Yusuf Nurkic experience is what I'm realizing. Some days he's going to look great.
First game.
Other days he's going to look awful.
Oh, is it win a ring and a 6 and bring it home? I don't know. Okay. Yusuf Nurkic.
He's going to be a 50-50 player. He's got to get him on the right now.
That's
you
all
gotta,
they need, right?
No, I think they need a little bit more.
They got Drew Eubanks.
Drew Eubanks had a dunk the other day that was nasty.
I know you love you some Drew.
Hey, top 20 in blocks coming off the bench.
You gonna hang on to that for the rest of your life.
Just like the Blazers commentators. When he was on it, they said that every night. That was the only reason why I knew.
Put that as a talking point on the stat sheet.
Who's that, Lamar Hurd?
I don't even know their commentators' names.
You talking about the Blazers?
Yeah.
The one is Lamar Hurd. I don't know if he's still there.
Uncle.
That's not my uncle, but I do like him as a commentator.
Oh, it's not
Me
your
too.
uncle?
Me
I thought
too.
that was your
No,
uncle.
I think his name might be actually spelled differently.
Yeah, I think it's with a U.
H-U-R-D.
Might be.
Contenders. Do we need to spend time on the
Like
Suns?
Paige Hurd.
Contender. Shout out to Paige Hurd, man.
Got the most paid. What's their third best player? The most paid third best player in the
That's
team.
beating your ass.
It is.
You want to try it one more time?
He is the highest paid third best player in the team.
Okay, there you go.
In the league.
There you go. That's good enough. I think people understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Clippers.
Contenders.
Yeah, I would say so too. As long as they're healthy, I think they're legit contenders.
Wait, what did I say?
Contenders.
Pretenders. Goddamn, my fault.
I was about to
Pretenders.
say.
I think
Pretenders.
Just last. I was about to say just
I don't
last
trust
pod.
player 3 through
Y'all
15
both
on their
had them
team.
7, but you think they're contenders?
I think you can still be a contender at 7.
You're gonna say if they're
The
healthy,
Lakers.
right?
The Lakers were.
Miami
Lakers were
Heat.
a good- Yeah, and it's also like the West is so tight. I know they probably gonna sit. They gonna sit Kawhi and PG some games.
The Lakers were 7. I didn't think they were contenders.
We weren't
when they were
contenders till
7.
after the trade deadline.
I didn't look at the Lakers as contenders.
I did.
I feel like as long as you had LeBron and AD going into a playoff series, you were contenders to me.
Oh, because they had LeBron and AD going to home after the playoff series. First round exits.
Talking about against the Suns.
Well, AD got injured.
He did.
Hey,
I'm
Because
playing
you
my
know he
Mike
would have been
Hurd
right
role.
there.
Hey, he was still on the
What
round.
AD say? We would have won if I was healthy.
Yeah,
AD
we
be talking.
woulda, shoulda, coulda, but you didn't.
Get healthy.
Stay
Well, he
healthy.
is healthy.
Yes, he is. He had what? 5 blocks in 8 minutes the other night. Looking good.
This is a
Looking
tough
good.
one, and I agree with some of the skepticism that KB has. But I have to roll ultimately with the Clippers being contenders.
Their role players, in my opinion, just aren't good enough at the moment.
I am worried about that because they don't.
I think Norman Powell, Terrence Mann are solid.
Okay, that's 2.
They got Robert Covington. You believe in him?
Robert Covington's not.
Zubac.
good
I think
anymore.
is still a very.
Do you
good
believe in?
starting
Do you
center.
believe in Marcus Morris?
Sometimes.
You're on an island with that one.
Sometimes.
Do you believe in Bones Highland?
Sometimes.
Do you believe in Russell Westbrook?
Yes.
I'm gonna clap it.
I think the role players
nobody
are
I'm
solid.
cheering
I feel like
harder
the
for
Clippers
than
have a
Russell
pretty
this
deep
season.
roster.
I don't think they do anymore. I think a lot of those people have aged out of them being really good role players.
I mean, when it comes playoff time, do you really need everybody to do everything? No, you really just need like a guy like Norman Powell. Sometimes give you like
I don't
15
think-
to 17.
I don't
He
believe.
on you, KB.
I don't believe that's
don't
true.
Fidget. Don't fidget. Don't
I don't
fidget.
believe
Don't
that's
be
true.
nervous.
Oh, no,
Don't be
no, I'm
nervous.
not.
Don't be nervous.
It takes a lot more than one role player and 2 stars to win a championship. Are we being serious right now?
But I'm saying like Zubac is going to do what he does regularly. He's going to defend.
And what does that
rebound.
be? The 28th best center in
You
basketball?
don't need your center to do nothing crazy in the playoffs. You don't need him to be Jokic. You just need him to defend, rebound.
Who's the defending champion? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but look at who was the previous one. It was the Warriors for so long.
Who they started?
Who's better?
Who?
Kevon Looney or who do you want in the playoff series? Kevon Looney or Zubac?
Looney, obviously.
Who you
But I
want?
think
You want
Zubac is
Brook Lopez or
serviceable.
Zubac? Oh, okay. It seems like a lot of these centers are a lot
But
better than
also
Zubac.
the Warriors also showing that you don't really need a center. You know how many times they just like.
But who is their replacement? Draymond Green, who's one of the best switchable players in the
can go-
history.
the Clippers can go small too.
Who is their Draymond?
It wouldn't be a Draymond.
Oh,
but
okay.
They got Kawhi and Paul George.
Oh, okay.
They do have Kawhi and Paul George.
You cannot compare the two when you talk about switchability and being small because the Warriors have one of the greatest small ball players in the history of basketball.
Yeah,
the
but
Clippers don't have anything near that.
I agree with that. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Okay.
But I'm also saying.
Tell me their
that
small ball lineup.
It
then.
would probably be Russ, Terrence Mann, PG, Kawhi, and then Morris. Yeah, it would probably be more. Either Nick Batum.
Hey,
Batum will probably be the 5.
I will say this. Both of y'all make a compelling argument. We've seen what the Clippers do with a small ball
against
lineup.
the Jazz.
We see what the Clippers do with a small ball
that
lineup.
is true.
We see what the Clippers do with a small ball lineup.
And that
Also,
was without Kawhi.
3 years ago.
Took a career
Robert
career
Covington is not the
performance
player that he was then.
from Terrence Mann.
Marcus Morris is not the player he was then. I just think that their role. I believe in the two guys.
Who?
Kawhi, the top two guys. Yeah, and I'm not even talking about their
You
health
talking about 3 years
individually.
ago, like the Warriors ring or Brook Lopez was 3 years ago too.
I was just going based on the history of champions.
You're just going based on the history of them playing small ball.
Okay, I talked about last year too, then, and the year before that.
Well, they weren't healthy.
There
And
we go.
they
year.
still went to the Western Conference Finals without being healthy with Zubac as their center.
Three-
All George had braids and he was doing that shit.
3 years ago.
I just feel like
you
need
couldn't
to
go
finish-
outside when they were in the conference finals.
Yes, I could.
It was almost illegal. They had 25% capacity at the playoff games.
I was outside.
I was outside too. I was at one of them. I was at the game
I
Kawhi
can't-
got injured.
Bro, I remember when that thing was first happening. I didn't know. I remember I was mad because I was like, maybe I'm not gonna be able to see my girlfriend because I can't go outside.
You had no idea what was about to happen.
She was over there every day.
That was crazy. I just when I talk about
We
these
didn't do
teams,
shit in the pandemic. Play the game.
The streets was empty.
play the game and do podcasts.
No
Yeah, that's what it was.
responsibilities, man.
When I look at these other teams, because I can't say, in my opinion, I'm just not seeing everybody as a contender. So somebody that we're gonna name has to be a pretender.
Mhm.
And I think the Clippers have one of the highest likelihoods of being pretenders.
I got
in my
the
opinion.
Nuggets, the Warriors.
Wait, don't spoil though.
Oh, okay. Because I don't think. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Next team.
I had them as pretenders, by the way.
We know.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Contenders.
Contenders.
I think that's my cutoff. I think I'm done with contenders.
Okay.
Out west.
Out west?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say, hold on.
You can keep naming them. I'm not saying don't
Yeah,
name
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, any talk about the Lakers, or we just
This
in lock?
I feel confident that this is the best roster that they've had entering the season in a very long time. When you talk about cohesiveness, second year with Darvin Ham, and it's going up for him. Usually, as a Laker coach, you don't know where you stand or how you're rocking as the coach. You can always be dismissed. He feels solidified. It feels like his voice is heard and it's empowered. And I think that's a good sign for them because the one thing that the Lakers have lacked, in my opinion, is stability in a roster form, head coaching form, even up top when Magic Johnson left abruptly. They just haven't had consistency. And now that they've had this coach for a year, he's coming into his second year. Some of these role players are not going to have a full year. Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves in a new role. And you got my guy up top,
Rob.
Pelinka.
What a great moment! I'm
so-
not gonna be here for Magic Johnson. What a great moment.
Somebody, Darney just asked Flex something like, "What time you going to bed?" And he put the Magic Johnson. Just like, that's just a great answer. Just like, So yeah, I like the stability for the Lakers. That gives me confidence for them. You give LeBron some stability, I think some magic can happen.
Yeah, and I mean, it's only been preseason, but our starters and like main rotation guys, they looked amazing so far.
The Sacramento Kings.
And they had a
Pretenders.
Cam Reddish.
Boy,
That shit.
don't get me started
That
on
shit
Cam
when I
Reddish
see
right
y'all
now.
too, bro. I put my head down. I was in bed and I put my head down. I just said,
The context is they were playing against somebody. I don't remember,
"Oh."
but it was late and I didn't really watch the game, so I rewinded it to like just rewatch.
It's against the Warriors, right?
It might have been the Warriors game, and I'm just watching him, and I'm like, bro, he not moving like an NBA player right now. He just don't look good.
Because
man.
you had put it in the text chat because it was late. It was like 11 or something. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and he was like, Cam Reddish. He's like, he bad man. And I put like, what do you mean? Because I didn't know if you meant like
He's
he
a
a
bad
bad man.
man.
Like he was going crazy. But he's like, nah, man, he just don't look good out there. I was like, that's tough to hear because I want to root for him, especially he's on my team now. But prior to that, I've been rooting for him because I just think he's a fun basketball player to watch when he's in his groove.
Anthony Edwards said he was the hardest person he's ever had to guard.
You by the way he moves, you could tell he kind of got
In
like
high
those
school.
Hooper,
Yeah, high
those
school,
Hooper
high
like
school.
moves.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought
high
he
school,
was.
I'm sorry, but yeah, he
But-
does. He has all.
Derrick like,
You can see a lot of potential when
For
he's
sure.
in his bag.
And it's just like, man, if any of that could turn to actuality, but now we're at year 5,
Mhm.
team 4.
Yeah.
It's not looking great.
It kind of makes you lose hope a little bit.
Mm.
But maybe it's just preseason jitters playing the Lakers. I don't know. Maybe I'll give them.
Man, and the whole season jitters, the whole career jitters. Wishing them best though.
Y'all said Kings are pretenders.
Pretenders,
Everybody?
yeah.
Dallas pretenders.
Pretenders, yeah.
I'm kind of going with the teams that are like legit
Playoff teams, right?
Yeah. And that's about it. Everybody else is kind of.
Whoa.
To the East now.
Whoa, no Pelicans?
Did you say Grizzlies?
No Grizzlies?
Y'all want to go Grizzlies?
Pretenders.
Definitely were Pretenders.
We can talk about Pretenders.
Why are they Pretenders?
No
It's
job
part
in
of-
25 games.
yeah.
Also, I feel
He's
like
going to
they're kinda-
come back though.
But
Yeah,
they
we're talking
also-
about championship.
Mhm.
We're not just talking about regular season.
They
stuff.
also are just still kind of young. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they don't give me that championship pedigree yet.
They have to evolve the way they hoop. Their style of play is great for winning regular season games, run and gun, get defensive stops, turn the ball over, yada. But when things slow down and it's half court, they're just not as good as a championship team normally is.
I think this is why it's crucial that Desmond Bain takes that next step. They need somebody outside of Ja who can be and I guess maybe
Like a legit shot creator.
yeah.
I mean,
Especially on the
you
wing.
take those 10 plus ish shots from Dylan Brooks, and now they kind of spread out to Ja and Desmond Bain or whoever. You got to hope that like maybe that half court offense is a little bit better.
But also, it's just like they have Marcus Smart, who's a great perimeter defender, the DPOY. But they don't have that
A
big
couple
wing.
years ago.
They don't have that big wing defender.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have that.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes it a little iffy.
If this thing had Kawhi, they'd be decent.
Yeah, just gotta make that call.
Jaren also has to stay out of foul trouble.
Yes.
That's a big piece for it. That man fouled out the other day in 20 minutes.
Yeah. He's getting better.
What do you want him
every
to block shots, or do you want him not to? He can only do one.
The way the scorekeeper work, he gonna get the number's still gonna be there. Okay, now the Pelicans.
Pretenders. Yeah, I was joking.
Yeah.
Not yet. They're not there.
Boston Celtics.
Contenders.
Yeah.
My personal favorite to win it all.
Favorite?
Yes.
Who would be their dream matchup to go against out west?
Like as far as them winning,
And not dream for like winning, but like
because they want to see OKC in the finals.
entertaining.
Oh, okay.
For the finals?
Yeah.
You talking about
Bucks?
who they? Wait, say that one more time.
Would
Who
y'all
they
want
want
to
to
see
go
Bucks
against?
play in the finals
The-
for like
the
entertainment
Celtics
factor?
play in the finals.
Celtics, yes, Celtics.
Ooh,
Honestly,
The Lakers Celtics.
oh, that'd be kind of cool.
yeah, I'm
LeBron
past
and
that old
Tatum
history.
again?
Nah, I'm thinking from the because they're rivals.
Oh,
In
yeah,
the
but that-
grand
yeah.
sense of thing.
In the 80s.
That
Do you-
still,
do you
still
see-
holds on
Do you
to.
see them as rivals right now, realistically, as a Lakers fan? Do you see that game
I
on your
don't
schedule?
have
Like,
no-
we got to beat them boys.
I don't have no like
Ooh.
real. It's not
The
real.
fucking Clippers. Paul George, Kawhi versus Tatum and Brown.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
5-game series.
I like that.
Wait, which way?
If the Clippers
Wait, I said one of them is pretenders. Which way you think?
if
I'm
the
going?
Clippers make it to the finals, they ain't going out in 5.
Yeah, you're right.
That means Kawhi is on that Kawhi shit.
Yeah, you're right.
He forgot. He 5 got.
Do Tatum want to go against playoff Kawhi?
No, he don't.
It's playoff Kawhi playing 48 minutes because they going to need to. Them boys get off the court. The Celtics got that depth that you're going to have 2 all-stars on the court at all times.
They ain't worried about no. Oh, okay.
They need to get out the conference.
They ain't worried about Peyton Pritchard.
Hey, I don't
Russell Westbrook gonna see Peyton Pritchard to do this.
get the rocking the baby on. 'em.
Yes.
I don't got no personal like vendetta with the Celtics, but it damn sure felt good when Rondo hit that game winner on them though.
I feel like.
Speaking of years ago,
Yeah, that was Rondo damn near been out of league for
Rondo
4
about to be
years.
coaching. He talking about future coaching.
Yeah. Yeah, he did pull up to the facilities the other day, didn't he?
Would y'all like to see a rematch of them?
have
versus
you
the
ever
Warriors?
seen Zion wear anything besides Nike?
I saw him wear Naruto jacket.
He might have wore Adidas in high school.
Warriors.
like the rematch factor?
Yeah, I
Does it
guess
excite you a little bit?
a little bit. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if there's a dream because it's not like there's a big rivalry or like a team that is as well balanced over on the Western Conference as far as star power.
Phoenix is balanced star power wise.
Balanced? I don't look at that roster think balanced.
I mean,
They got the top
they got
three.
KD, Book, Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have a Drew Holiday,
Or Porzingis.
yeah, or Porzingis.
See,
yeah.
I guess at that
Or
point,
Darrick White.
if it was the
I think I got Darrick
Celtics and I'm thinking like matchup wise, I think it would be cool for the Clippers then at that point because it's like you have Kawhi, Jason Tatum, Paul George, Jaylen Brown, and you have those guys squaring off against each other.
Man, if Ty Lue pulled that off, man.
Or Denver. Because I'm projecting that the Boston Celtics defense is going to be very, very good. And Denver is historically a very, very good offense. So it's similar to like the Warriors thing from a few years ago. Number 1 offense versus number 1 defense going against each other in the finals.
Let's just do star power, Bucks Suns. Just an all-star game on the court.
Yeah. No subs. Everybody's playing 48 minutes.
Yeah.
But Celtics contenders for sure.
So then we could just go to the Bucks contenders.
Yep.
And then you said daydream matchup would be the Suns.
Just on some
Just
dumb
for like
shit.
the star power.
Yeah, star power. Because you would have Dame, Middleton, Giannis, Brad, Book.
KD.
I kind of like them against the Warriors too. I feel like that'll be a real fun series. Steph versus
Dame.
Kawhi.
Oh, Dame get his real revenge.
I said Kawhi. Where did I say Kawhi? Yeah, right.
Dame, like, what's up now? I got my brothers with me.
Right.
Y'all was jumping me when I was by myself. Yesterday I ain't had time, but today I got time.
Yeah, I would like that series a lot.
It would be fun watching Draymond and Giannis.
Yeah.
I know Giannis is the overwhelming favorite, but Draymond defensively in that matchup will be very, very interesting.
If there's anybody that has the tools to like slow Giannis down, it's him.
It's not so
And
crazy
Kevon
because
Looney.
what was it the year before the Nuggets just won the championship and they went up against Golden State? Draymond had Jokic and like
Yeah.
it wasn't jail, but it was like, bro, I can't get nothing easy.
Yeah. No, Draymond.
But also he was
6'6", being able to do what he does. Is
You know,
he was
plug
past
like
the
Draymond.
Compazzo and shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's
Aaron
true.
Gordon. There was no MPJ.
Yeah.
No
But
Jamal
that's true. I
Murray.
did forget about that.
KCP wasn't there yet, I don't think.
No.
it's gonna be fun watching Draymond guard Vic. That's something I think is gonna be very interesting.
Why?
They had Wiggins.
He gonna be
doing
up to his belt
Vic
buckle.
gonna say,
I don't know. I don't want to see that. Draymond he not gonna do him dirty, but he gonna use that old school stuff like
it. He
I'm
gonna be
gonna
physical with him.
put my leg right here so he can't move. Like he gonna do something goofy.
Yeah. Miami Heat.
no. Pretender. Pretender.
Mm.
They have Jimmy Butler on the roster still.
They're pretender, man.
Also didn't play a single preseason minute this year.
He
don't
can't play with
he
that
don't
shit
ca-
in his head.
He don't
Pretender.
care. If it's not the last 16, he don't care.
Yeah.
He
But that's
fans,
what's crazy.
he fans
'cause
gonna hate me,
that,
man.
That's like really the only thing that matters.
He-
The last 16.
He fans gonna hate me, man. But I can't say contender for everybody.
I still think they match up well against the two teams
Yeah.
that are contenders.
They're not contenders, but they're a dangerous team to go against.
Hey, I'll say this: they're pretenders based off my analysis. But if they could be contenders, I'm all for it. I'm not hating on it. Sure, I would love for them to be contenders again. It just makes for good basketball.
I was skimming Twitter and I seen
storylines.
that Tyler Hero said he could be the best scorer in the NBA.
Yeah, he did say he has. The
I'm sure he
potential
does
to be
believe
the
that.
I mean, you got a little mentality for sure.
Sure.
But
EJ just went on a visit. Said he ran into Tyler Hero's brother at a college visit in Milwaukee.
Is his brother nice?
I was trying to ask EJ that. He said he didn't.
I wonder if he had a do-rag because Tyler Hero be wearing do-rags.
Yeah.
They quoted that picture like, bro, why? Why do you need that?
I didn't see it.
You never seen that picture?
Send it to me. I
This
don't
from a
think-
few years ago, right after he got those chest tattoos.
Oh, because he had braids, right? Did he get
He
braids?
might have. Hold on.
Yeah, don't do that like he ain't have on braids. If he was just wearing the spiked hair with a fucking do rag, that'd be great.
He had a right.
But if it's when he had the braids, then he's just to do it.
Cleveland.
Pretenders. Not yet.
See, part of me wants to say contenders because I think defensively they could be a handful. And I believe in Donovan Mitchell when it comes to playoff time. So I will say pretenders, but like slightly. It's not like I don't really think they're in the level of the Bucks and the Celtics, but also could see a world where they could beat one of them in a way.
I think they can be in the realm of contenders. You know, if I just had to pick a side, I think I could lean a little bit more towards contenders. I think last year was their first year. I think that they weren't the team that I don't think they played at the best of their abilities. I feel like they just kind of lost those games. Like the Knicks played really well, but Donovan Mitchell, he was having a rough year. Darius Garland had maybe.
Oh,
I think
you
he had
got us fucked up. You saying we didn't win? They just lost.
No.
I think it's a combination of. No, y'all obviously won the series and y'all did y'all thing, but I think the Cavs weren't at their best, is what I'm trying to say. I think they have another level to get to, and I think that's kind of just with the playing together part.
I mean, they had they had their players. They just didn't play good.
Yeah, I think that's just part of the playing together part.
I mean, the Knicks just locked them up.
I just think they're pretenders.
They had 82 games to play together.
Say more than a
That
year
was Jalen
sometimes.
Brunson first year too.
Y'all got to the second round.
Yeah, but that was his first year too. The same things that you could say for them, you could apply to us.
Y'all played a little bit out y'all body. I didn't expect y'all to go that far like that.
You thought they were going to be a first round exit?
I mean, how many of us here had the Cavs to win that
I had
series?
the
All of
Cavs.
I
had the
think,
Cavs
I think
to
we
win
all
that
had
series.
Cavs.
Mm-hmm.
So
We also all had Knicks the second round, and they shit the bed.
we didn't. Well, we also picked against the Heat.
They beat everybody.
Yeah.
They beat us every time we picked against them, besides the last round. But don't ever get them on here and say that they lost. We won. They got beat. The lights was too bright.
I guess so. That's what Jared Allen said.
He should have never said that.
He shouldn't have.
Because now if he ever has a bad game,
It was good for NBA Twitter because that
Yeah.
that picture exists.
no, that's what's going to be posted every time he has a bad game. Especially if it's in the playoffs. If he has a stinker in the playoffs,
Does Jared Allen seem like the type that's on Twitter at all? I feel like he's playing Dungeons and Dragons and League of Legends and RuneScape.
Remember when they got on here for his fits? He was like, I just like to play video games.
he do wear some like just generic shit though.
Yeah. Zara.
You want
That be some people's style.
I'm
You
not-
look what you wearing.
I look nice today.
You always
told you.
I love it.
You always look nice, but I don't think Jared Allen don't look nice.
No, but he wears like dad fits, if that makes sense.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Get
that.
used to it, Derrick. Get used to the dad fits,
Ooh,
man.
that boy D Mills is already strong. That dad strength finna come in too.
Yeah, bro.
yeah.
I ain't messing with
You
D
might
Mills no
wanna try
more.
out for the Bears.
we
now.
gotta go see him at the gym, man. If that little 5'9" white man moving him
That's not finna happen.
with the dad strength. And I don't know. But no, you just said basic and like,
He just wear like a hoodie, sweats, and then that's it. All the day.
oh, you be having jeans on. Don't do that. Do a little jeans with a button up. Throw
Yeah,
picked
I
out.
mean, can't everybody be Shay? So
Oh, he glazing.
That sound like glazing to me.
That's glazing.
Oh, yeah. Can't be Shay or Duke Dennis, right? He said,
This boy
he got
sound-
a
that boy-
live drink?
That boy sound like John. I forget who he was looking at. He was
Maddie
like, man,
from Euphoria.
he was like, man, I don't know if I can handle that. We all going around. John talking about, yeah, I don't know about me. But Pete, I know you can handle that. I'm like, dog, you got to relax, bro.
tell your homie, you know he can handle that.
That's
so crazy.
I still don't know what possessed him to say it though. I was like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't even saying that. It was just like, yeah, man, Maddie from Euphoria, she bad. He like, yeah, I don't know if I can handle that, but you can handle that. Whoa.
Oh man.
That weekend is drunk.
Yeah, it was bad. I've never seen this commercial at all. It's getting ready for the NBA season.
I can't. They need to bring that. They need to remake the Christmas commercial where they shooting the baskets and they make the little jingle
Who's the
bell.
new five?
Kristaps Porzingis.
That's
Actually, I think KD is still
It's
in.
got to be. It's got to be.
I think KD and Steph is still
it
in.
would be
Yeah.
cool if they did like a retro.
You're replacing Derrick Rose.
Ja Morant.
No,
Oh, yeah,
James
was
Harden.
it?
James Harden's not in it no more either.
Why?
I'm thinking you're putting Luka in there now.
One. I was gonna
Why?
say it's either you do new generation or you do like a retro
You
one.
retro it.
You retro it.
I think you retro it.
So instead of KD, you got Victor.
Because I feel like if
Wembanyama.
you're gonna reset it, you got to reset it completely. No KD at all.
okay, so no
Okay.
KD is Victor Wembanyama.
I think Luka deserves to be in there.
Luka.
Is Luka LeBron? Is he the one doing
Do you
the
put
dunking
Jason
dance?
Tatum in there?
Oh no,
Luka's not LeBron.
Tatum's.
I would say Tatum.
Tatum's high
probably
value 3-point shooter. He's shooting. Zion is dunking.
Zion is
Zion-
done.
Zion's doing the
yes,
dunk.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see that for sure.
Zion
Ja,
gonna dunk
Ja
it.
Morant's the Derrick Rose replacement for sure.
Zion
Don't miss this fucking shot.
Zion gonna dunk it and be like,
Trey Young.
Merry Christmas.
Trey Young.
Yeah.
Just pretty much anybody, any young player with a Siggy got to be in it. Donovan Mitchell,
Shay.
Shea.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it'll be Donovan Mitchell, Shea,
Let-
Ja.
they-
Wait, how many people? Is it
Tatum.
5?
I
It's
think it's
five
like
and then
five.
a dunker.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Another guy who was like LaMelo, standoutish guy, Converse. It made sense for him to do that. So shout out to Shay.
Is he the only athlete? Oh, Draymond used to be Converse
He's
too.
now Nike.
Yeah.
The
Imagine
next team,
hooping.
Kelly
in
Oubre when he would
Yeah, he was.
He was.
the next team we got is Philadelphia.
Pretenders. Don't even know what the roster's gonna look like by playoff time.
But I want to say it's preseason. They look all right.
Sure.
They look like more active on defense. Could be from the coaching's point of view from there, but it just makes me eager to see like
fractured.
I don't think they're in such a
tibia
bad
for Frank
spot
Ntilikina.
anymore. I
Yeah.
guess because you're not trading Harden right away. Of course, you would like to, but you wait to see what could happen with this team. If not, then you kind of entertain the idea. We're like, we know it will look good. We'll look even better if we get 1 or 2 solid players that can kind of like not replace his production, but we're adding that production to our team. I do like Jaden Springer though.
My thing is that
What college you went to?
I don't know. But I know I drafted him in the league before.
my thing is with the Sixers that makes them pretenders is that I can't have 2 guys that I can't rely on when it comes playoff time. Like they both have had playoff stinkers. Joel has gotten injured in every series, so it's like I can't really lean on anything here. that I can say is concrete to where I can say I think I can win.
I'm past anything that's like relying on James Harden in the playoffs. I think once you have James Harden at this point, you just know what you're getting.
But also that goes against the point though, because if you are, let's say James Harden is on the team, he plays the full season,
Right.
you need him to be James Harden to win a championship.
Yeah.
Also, this team has no track record of being good to the second, like past the second round. That's just James or no James. I just can't see that this is going to be the year. I hope it for them, but
because I just
can't. I'm not betting money on it.
He could have one or two good games, but it's just like if you say you need 4 good games from James Harden to pull out this series, and you got to do that 4 times. I just can't put money on that.
They don't even need him to have 4 great games. Like in the playoffs last year, he had 2 great 40-plus games, and then the other ones was like 13.
Yep.
Bad
turnovers.
And it's like, man, can we
get a little mix? Can we get a balance?
Mix. Give me some good James Harden games. You don't need to be great, James Harden. Give me what you averaged in the regular season. If you can have that production come postseason, then we love it. But we're all speaking in super hypotheticals because we don't know if he will be on the team. So
scoop and score. But also, they were a team that also blew a 3-2 lead to the Celtics.
Home court.
They contained Tatum.
They were up with 6 minutes left in Game 6 and lost the game.
Yes, Tatum turned into God in that fourth quarter. Just he didn't miss, and then it just carried over into the next game, and it was just like it's over with from there. There on. So.
I think the correct term is he turned into Jimmy Butler.
Right.
Anytime.
It's always hard to bet on the Sixers when it comes to this time for them.
I did it last year. I'm not falling for it again. You got to show me.
Yeah.
I think the last time I put my money on them is when
they was in a bubble.
No, when they had Ben Simmons when he passed up on Trae Young. I thought that was gonna be their year.
That should have been their year. Should have been their year. They were the better team.
Yeah.
Shout out to Atlanta.
Would they have beaten the Bucks?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But at least you got that conference finals appearance under your belt.
True.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons probably still play for them.
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
It's probably Dame, Ben, and Embiid right now.
Oh, yeah. They probably do trade Maxey now.
Because their timeline is pushed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like
Maxey and
Then
Tobias.
Maxey would have been shooting 40-some% from. Well, he's already doing that, but he would have been shooting lights out in another team, and they would have been like, "Damn,
yeah,
we could have had him too."
Let's go Indiana.
Pretenders. Come on.
I'm surprised even. He's just going through the teams now.
Yeah.
They're pretenders, but I think
what y'all think of the Hornets?
They'll be a decent regular season team.
He said, "What y'all think about the Hornets?"
The East don't really have that. The East just isn't that.
You
It
skipped
feels
over
like
one
it's-
team.
You said what?
You skipped over a team.
I said Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, and
I know
Boston.
you ain't talking about Chicago.
No, hell no.
And Cleveland,
New York.
New York.
You skipped over New York.
Oh, are they?
They're pretenders.
Wait, time out. I'm getting in your ass.
I know why you said the Pacers, but
and
not the
then
Knicks.
he said New York, and you make a face. Oh,
My bad. I
Uh
feel like they're in the same range.
oh.
As the
you
Pacers?
smoking crack.
Yeah.
You smoking
As the
crack.
Pacers?
You smoking crack.
Yeah,
You don't watch basketball.
I think in a regular season
You do
they're
not
gonna
watch
be down there in
basketball.
the same area. when
Why are
the
you
same-
talking about
got
regular
real
season?
disrespectful.
We're talking
Oh.
contender
This
versus
gave him like 3
pretender.
insults.
Wait, do you know what a contender is?
Yeah, contender for a championship. Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
Nothing. Honestly,
He just talking.
You're just talking. Are you smoking? Are you high?
no.
Are you high right now? Do you ever get nervous?
That might be a white claw. That might be a white claw instead of a coffee.
Kirkland.
Who the hell
Is
trying to
that-
get a
who is
white
that?
claw?
Costco.
Costco,
Colombian.
right. Okay, wait.
Crack.
Oh,
Crack.
it's in there. Ingredient.
Crack
Number
right
one
there.
ingredient, too,
Crack.
Darrick. You look right past
It
that.
says crack.
No wonder I feel like I'm in a different world.
What makes you think that the Pacers will be in the same range as the Knicks in regular season, too, though?
I just still feel like Tyrese Halliburton was still, when he was healthy, they were still
They were
top 4
a
seed.
500 team.
Yeah, but they were still like in that same range of like 4 or 5 seed. And I still feel like the Knicks are gonna still be in that 4, 5, 6 seed area. I still think the Pacers are gonna be right in that same range.
Hey, I got an idea.
What's up?
Put some money on it.
Let's make a bet. Let's make a bet. I got
They are.
$1,000 that the Knicks are better than the Pacers.
I never said they wouldn't be better.
Oh, I
than
thought you
the
said same
You
range.
said in that same realm.
Yeah, I said they would.
You could be in the same realm and not be better.
Pacers. Yeah.
Okay, let's put a spread on it.
Yeah, how much more do you think this is going to be telling? Now money on the line. He gonna be like, the Knicks.
No, maybe like 3 games. 3-4 games. They ain't nothing crazy.
Wait, hold on. 3, 4, 5. What? Talk to me.
Oh, I'm not betting $1,000.
I'm 6'4". I'm 6'6" on a good day. You on what?
I'm not betting $1,000.
Bet a meal on it. Bet a paid for a meal.
Oh, me. I thought he said meal, not
No,
meal.
bet a paid for a meal on it.
Okay.
See, I told you that. I told you.
That's different than $1,000 now.
It is.
Where you go?
Shit, I'm finna run this motherfucking tab up. You better all take it 1,000 with me. Ma, you hungry? Ask your door if she wants something. Okay.
I was gonna say
Ari, you want some more of that steak?
I'm finna order steaks for just people right next to me. Like
What we doing?
Right.
I got
see,
they tab.
I see you finish that food. Would you like another steak?
What we doing?
You can do the meal.
What's your spread?
That has so much
Oh.
hesitancy in that voice.
when the voice get a little bit higher too.
Games? 5
4
games? You said they're going to be in the same realm. The max I
You
could
got
do
to
is
put a half on it.
the max.
Okay,
So it's not a
3.5.
tie. 3 and
The
a half.
max. The max I could do is 2.5 to 3.
Okay, 3.5.
He said 2.5 to 3.
Well, he said so there can't be a tie.
We'll worry about if it's a tie.
Okay. Bet.
3 games.
3 games.
Okay.
Let's get it, Pace.
That
Wait,
is all.
2.5 games.
He thinking about like the spread of
The
it.
spread, because if
All
it's
right,
exactly
so
3,
2.5.
then nobody wins.
So 2.5.
So you got to put something in the middle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
2.5.
Okay.
Wait, do you want to make any rules? If Tyrese Halliburton get hurt, then it don't count, or
Yep. You got the same thing for Jalen Brunson.
anybody?
Why? He said forget Julius.
Yeah, Julius is just as he's all NBA.
He is, but I still feel like Jalen Brunson's like. Okay.
All right, okay,
No. Julius Randle too. Fuck it. You giving me more room.
And
more
when,
wiggle room.
and when we say injury, we mean 25 games or more.
Okay.
So last year, around what date, how many games into the season do you remember the Indiana Pacers being the 4 seed?
Maybe it was.
Can I
think
take
it
a
was
guess
around
at it?
For sure.
January.
Okay.
Oh, hell.
January is when they fell off, so I'd probably say early December to maybe mid-December.
Was it November?
December 1st, they were the 4 seed. Then after that, they were the 5 seed, and then they fell after.
Mm-hmm.
And that total is 21 games to the year.
Okay.
The Knicks, that same time, at that point, the Knicks were 10-12. They started off real bad, and then Clyde obviously went on that big streak in January, if I'm not mistaken, right? Then that's when they started to put it together. But interesting bet, Mike. Let's make a bet too. What are we betting then? I like gambling.
We did a bet not too long ago
about
I
the
think.
Bulls, right?
The Bulls and another team. I don't know if it was the Pacers or a different team too,
Ooh,
but it was on the standings. Maybe it was the Hawks.
did I bet
I
Hawks?
think it was the Hawks. Yeah.
That makes sense for me to bet the Hawks. What?
No. You took your Bulls. I took the Hawks.
No, that was.
Oh no,
last
I know the
year.
bill. I know the bill. I know the bill. I know it. The Bulls aren't gonna. Their Bulls are not gonna finish in the top 10. So they basically gonna miss the playoffs.
Right.
And you took the other side.
Yes.
We could make another bet. You could pick it.
What team are you extraordinarily confident in enough to spend real money?
Hey, Pacers, man, we riding this season.
Vroom vroom.
You know what? I keep hyping up Russell. I'm not even thinking about the other guys. I'm hyping up Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
So I'll take a deal with the Clippers.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
He's an anti-Clipper over there.
I'm not anti. I'm off the bandwagon.
Not a believer.
If that makes me anti, then yeah, I'm off. I've been on the bandwagon for 3 years. I'm done. I'm off. Okay. So what is a team you think is in the same range?
The Timberwolves.
I would bet Timberwolves Clippers. No, fuck no. That's a bad bet.
Bet
for
the
me.
Pelicans. Both injury teams.
I would bet Pelicans.
He
Because
was
I
very upset that we
I don't
had
have the
Pelicans
Pelicans.
very
It's
low.
like that
I
team.
would
Like
bet Pelicans. Are we doing just overall standing
that.
records?
We could do the same spread, or you could pick a different spread, but we could do it in the same fashion though.
But that's tough because it's not because their spread is good because the Knicks should be significantly better than the Pacers. Neither of the teams that we're talking about should be significantly better than the other ones. You know what I'm saying? We might have to go just total wins.
I'll take total wins. Hell yeah, I'll take total wins.
Okay. And I have Pelicans. You have Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad bet for me. But
TTW
I'm
Clips
here
gotta write
for
it down.
I'm here for it.
What was? Oh,
I got
yeah.
bet changes YouTube
last
channel,
year.
man.
Last year, that shit got crushed.
Yeah. I'll take it still though. What's the bet though? Are we betting money or we? I'm not a meal guy personally.
We'd have to bet. How about let's just do an NBA jersey.
Word. Okay.
That'd
Word.
be decent.
Can we just say jersey in
Oh,
general?
yeah, jersey in general. Because I don't know. I might want a Shannon Sharp jersey or something.
Okay, word. All right. I know you be sweaty and shit.
Yeah, football jersey.
You thought he just did
No,
that?
no.
Just an analyst?
That's a good bet. That's a good bet.
Somebody
Somebody
a
keep
random
track.
name to hit that you would want his jersey.
Because I was thinking about like a throwback jersey you really don't see.
What team?
Broncos.
Broncos country.
That's right.
That's right.
Bro-
They got the Packers this week.
The Broncos?
Yeah.
Who did the Bears play this
Go
week?
Pack, go.
I didn't even.
The Raiders.
Okay.
Two
Oh,
backup
yeah, 'cause
quarterbacks going back
Yeah, because
against each other. Let's
I put the
go.
Raiders defense in my lineup because they're going against the Bears.
Bro, I remember watching that Patrick Mahomes.
They just finna go
Not the
crazy.
Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback thing. And they was following Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes like, who the hell is number 98 on the Raiders? And it was Max Crosby.
Yeah.
Max Crosby for the beat up, bro.
Yeah.
He gonna be in that backfield.
Should be a
Isn't
boring
Crosby the
game.
one? Crosby was, I remember when Richard Sherman was like, he keep talking shit or something. He was like, who's Crosby? Wasn't that Crosby that Richard Sherman was talking about?
I don't know, but I did see that thing where who was it? I think it was Nick Bosa. That somebody that came out and was like, bro, he be saying a lot of things that he should not be saying to me while we about to line up.
Yeah, I
wonder
heard some,
what
I
was
heard
he
some things about the Bosa brothers for sure.
Yeah. To say some crazy shit on a football field.
Trying to get under skins.
Yeah. It worked.
Nah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's the funniest story I heard about your football career. When you said, dude literally hit you in the nuts, and that ref ain't say nothing.
No, the
It
funniest,
was hard to see.
the funniest football story for Darrick is when that man said, "Come to my car, I got something for you." And Darrick said, "Okay."
I mean, that's his coach. It was your coach, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't what's it called?
He was also very like, he would always give you stuff. Like he would get a bunch of Nike gear and just give it to you. I still have all that Nike gear. Like he would give you extra like the Nike pads.
I know you
and shit.
do, because your ass got the Chieftain Chain shirts.
I don't have any Chieftain Chain shirts.
I'm in his South Pride.
Shout out to all the good coaches out there,
Nah.
Yeah,
I
all
don't,
three
I don't
of them.
think I have one Hinsdale South shirt no more.
Oh, for real?
including Mr. Lottie, right?
I think they all got lost in the shuffle somewhere.
As they should.
Yeah, he
We're
was
damn
holding
near
on to
10
them.
years out of high
Yeah,
school. All that should be gone.
it's been 10 years for me.
I donated all of that shit.
Are you gonna go to the 10-year reunion?
I got a message for it on Facebook.
Oh wow.
They're trying to do something around Thanksgiving.
Oh, this year. That's great.
Yeah, that's my 10th year.
Yeah.
You gonna rent a Bugatti?
Nah. Nah.
They did a lot of like renovations at our school, right?
They sure did.
I
I was
haven't-
there
Yeah,
the
because
other
every
day.
time I drive past it, it looks a little different.
The swimming pool area look crazy. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but the building.
I think they did the
'cause I be-
lunchroom too.
I be going to
Yep.
Zazo's over there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got the rap.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was a hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had got it at the bowling alley.
We had to
Bowling-
swim class.
bowling alley?
At the bowling alley, Zazo's is across the street. So like you can order Zazo's and they'll just bring it to you.
Oh, you went to the bowling alley over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
By the school.
Word,
Yeah.
word. Mike, you missed out on our little adventure on Thursday.
I heard
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. It was not worth shit though.
One of the
You know what else?
One of them was decent because it had like offices.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh
But
shit.
we couldn't find nowhere to film.
Yeah. It was like
I know it was shitty outside too, wasn't it?
yeah, it was a little
was.
rainy and stuff.
Something
Something that happened that was funny though is when we were waiting at the second place, our realtor put her book on Darrick's car, but she put it like kind of hard, like not, she didn't slam it, but it
Oh.
made a noise, and I was like, "Damn, Darrick."
Yeah, she took over there.
I went. So what was that? Thursday.
Yep.
I went to the doctor, and then it was basically for my back because I don't know. I want to see if he can give me some medicine or some type of thing to like help me with my back. Yeah, my back. I always had like back problems, but it's been getting like a real problem. Like it's just been hurting, like because we sit down for a minute on the pod. I sit down doing all that just type of other stuff. So I went.
You have a roller?
I do. It's
Should use it, not the phone one, but because I used to use a phone.
you talking about. It's a little harder, right? The ones you talking about.
It really
I got
do
the
you
phone
justice.
one. And so I went to the doctor. He didn't give me no prescription, nothing like that. He gave me a referral to a chiropractor. And luckily, like, he had a spot like open immediately, so I just went. And I was only there for like 30 minutes. But he took some x-rays. And it was like, some shit with like my hips, it was like there's a gap. And I feel like it was just from I had a bad mattress that I was sleeping on. And it's just like, eventually, it's going to like, something's going to mess up. You know, it's just like my body wasn't level when I was sleeping. Plus, I probably don't have the best posture or whatever. But anyways, he showed me like the x-ray and I was looking, I was just shocked because it's like you could literally see there was like a little gap. Like, so this side was closed and the other side is like a little gap. And it's just like, he's like, it's grinding against whatever. So that's why you're having the pain. And so he did a little evaluation whenever. Then he just like, this one, y'all, I was telling y'all on the Discord and y'all was laughing, but like he laid me down on this little like thing, whatever. And then he basically just like pressed up on my back and like he
Lay
did
your
a little
body down.
He did the little realignment or whatever. It's called an adjustment is what I got. But it's crazy.
You pull your leg and shit.
He did a little bit. He was talking about.
Never mind.
He's talking about lower back pain, and he's like, anytime you have lower back pain, it's probably because like your feet. And so he kind of like stretched it out, or not stretched it, but I guess he like cracked it. And y'all is crazy because I had an amazing experience at this chiropractor. Y'all just
blew your back out, huh?
You could do it. Put your back into it.
But for anybody having back problems, I would actually recommend going to a chiropractor.
I might go to one. I had a similar situation. My back be hurting. I always think maybe I'm tall. I don't got the best posture. But like the last year or two, and when I was living with my mom, I had turned the basement into like more of a studio office thing, so I can work and make videos and do all these different things. To where I kind of slept on like a futon couch thing versus a bed.
Right.
And you saying that you was sleeping on a bad mattress, man, maybe I should.
It really makes a difference. And like I said, I was only there for like 20,
he was
30 minutes.
Spots that like
he did.
I'm being serious.
Yeah, no, he did my back. He turned me like
no, but when you have back problems, you crack your back. There's certain areas you're gonna crack. I'm trying to figure out if he's hitting spots.
Yeah. So the first time, no bullshit, he just went like straight down my spine. That was like my back. Then he turned. He told me to lean go on my side, and he kind of grabbed me and kind of twisted me a little bit. And I guess
manhandling you.
It was. I didn't feel no pain. It was never no like pain or anything, whatever. And then
I told episode of Proud Family.
Which one?
When Oscar went to a chiropractor.
Folded his
head. Yeah, you sweating and stuff
because he had his hood on the whole episode.
Yeah, you trying to look.
I just got hot in like the last 5 minutes, but he did my feet, and then he was like, "Do you have problems with your neck?" I looked over. I was like, "Hell yeah," because
he pulled you. Oh, I couldn't do it.
But like, I don't know about y'all, but like for my monitors, I constantly have to like look back and forth.
No, I understand it, but when I be seeing on videos,
because I'm scared that my neck gonna get broke.
I crack my neck all the time.
Same.
I do too, but like the way they be cracking.
So, but like, yeah, so he came. So I was laying on the bed. He came up, or not the bed. That sounds weird. I was laying on the little whatever it is, the little table. Yeah. He came up. He grabbed my head like this. It was like boom.
This nigga went to a chiropractor basement.
Motherfucker got no certification.
He turned it a little bit, and then he just cracked it. And then like after a while, my neck it don't really crack no more. Nothing really. Like I said, I didn't feel no pain. And after a while, like my neck, I don't feel like the need to like crack my neck like that all the time. My back been perfectly fine, and I go back again Thursday because it's like I still feel a little pain, and you said it's gonna take some time, but probably one of the best experiences I had, like just go to a doctor and feeling the relief afterwards.
Smoke joints, stop smoking on blunts. Wiz Khalifa said on blunts get you back pain.
I don't know. I got a new mattress, bro. I took the mattress topper off my bed, and I finally experienced my like bed. Amazing, because it's a firm one. It's like an extra firm one. I'm usually sleeping on something that's like cushiony. Nah, bro.
I like that good mixture of both, where it's cushion and a little firm. Like I love that perfect balance when I can find it.
I broke my bed.
I know you was telling us.
I need a new bed frame too. You're not alone. I broke it. We broke ours too.
Dang, going crazy.
I was going nuts.
No.
Right, motherfucker doing backflips. Bae, watch this. He jumping off the dresser.
Oh, you thinking different than me?
Yeah, he's still jumping off the dresser in my images. He said, "You know you watch the wrestler, Hardy."
Hell no.
How you break it?
Oh, great. I don't know. It just broke one day. Like the legs just.
I can tell you how I broke mine specifically.
Maybe it's just from getting on it too much, and then like from us moving, maybe some shit then like broke, but like I don't know. So we probably gonna order another one off.
Got some miles in on that bed. How long you had that bed though?
Like a year. No.
You need a new bed frame.
Oh, yeah, bed frame. We've actually had that bed for like 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
She's pregnant. A lot of wear and tear.
Yeah.
Because you was
Hey, it happens.
That's my doggy, man. Stop playing with that boy. That's D Millie.
What the?
D
I don't
killer.
watch commercials, but that's the same commercial.
You finna say this, brother?
Yeah,
he started dating Taylor Swift, and he's just unavoidable.
Yeah, I was like, I see this man face on TV. I really don't watch commercials, but like I didn't realize how much I see him on TV.
Yeah.
Is he handsome?
He's all right.
Okay.
Good looking guy.
Him or Patrick Mahomes?
I'm not finna compare them.
I thought I had him.
Speaking
Look,
of-
he's back on the commercial.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's in this one, I believe.
They just run media.
Yeah. Hey, do your thing. I didn't see him though. I only saw Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, it's another version of this. Oh, no, that's the Otto one.
Yeah, they everywhere.
My Otto.
That crowd look crazy.
Yeah.
Being in a commercial sounds like such a fun experience.
Yeah, we should be in one.
Call off.
Man, you know what I want to send? I want to send a 2K like social media feed.
I don't.
Yeah, I want to be in a
'Cause
commercial.
fuck 2K, bro. I will not take a bag from 2K.
I wanna
Unless
be
the
in a
bag is
commercial.
crazy.
Skechers, man. What's up?
Skechers better call a phone.
I
bro.
just want it
Real
to be
shit.
like the Lakers get a W, and it's me tweeting out, so excited to watch my Lakers out there balling. You know what
Yeah,
this time?
yeah.
Yeah. That's how social media type stuff.
I thought you
I
meant
guess we
real.
could make that happen, low key.
Social
Or through the wire and it. Yeah, no, that's like an easy thing, and I feel like they wouldn't care.
Yeah. How much you charging them?
$50.
You need a manager.
Nobody gonna see that shit.
But $50?
People will see that.
I would do it because I want to do it.
So okay.
If they throw me,
they'll be like, deal.
Do you like doing this podcast?
yeah,
You take home a salary though, don't you?
yeah,
You get paid for it, don't you?
yeah.
It's more than $50, ain't it?
More people gonna see that or see this than when they go see that.
Mike, everybody plays 2K.
Well, how often do you pay attention to that? And you play 2K religiously on My League. At least in My League aspect, you logged a lot of hours. How many times do you look at that thing?
I look at it often. Now, I'm not dissecting every tweet
Right.
that's there, but I
It's just
I know
a fun
that like
thing to have in there.
the no dunks guys are on there. Count on Vic is on there. Petty is Lakers fan is on there. Like I know.
I
people
know
on there.
that's why I seen that. I was like, I seen Petty's on there. That's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
So I've seen a lot of people. And again, a lot of times it seems like it's the same people every year, which makes me think that they just paid straight up for the rights to like
Yeah,
their likeness for that.
I wouldn't be surprised. 2K seems like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Mo Hoop said that he would like it if we discuss playoff baseball today. Just
He sent me that shit too.
Word.
Oh, no, he tweeted that.
I did not watch the Astros and Rangers game. I got home in the ninth, and Pierre was like, "You got to turn your TV on right now." So I missed the big home run, but I rewatched, saw the replays and stuff. I love Jose Altuve, man. It's hard to hate him.
What about Alec though?
Oh yeah, Alec is the boy. You didn't see what he did?
Mm-mm.
Bottom of the eighth, down by 2. He been
You're
yanked,
Alec?
yeah. He's been yanked from the lineup the last 2 games because he's been struggling to swing the bat. Pinch hit opportunity, 3-2 count. Craig Kimbrell, you know Craig Kimbrell, right?
Of course I do. Yeah. I know about the stands. I didn't know he was trading teams until I seen him on the mound, and I was like, I know that stance. That's Craig Kimbrell.
Took him yard. No doubter. Like a lot of Alec home runs are like skimming the wall. No, smacked it into the pool. Running the bases, great moment, and then Gabriel Moreno. Oh, somebody hit a double. Ketel Marte hit a double.
Could tell.
No, he hit a single.
A single.
Advance, and then the score.
Then the game winning run came across So it's been great because they were down 2-0 and now it's 2-2. I'm still rocking with the backs, of course.
He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
that pool actually is like a cool element.
Yeah,
Especially Arizona.
Yeah.
Got to be a vibe.
because I don't think their place. I think they have a retractable roof, but they don't use it often. Like I remember, there were people there that I follow on Twitter. There was like, "There's no SBA playoff game sweating right now."
That's a ballpark we should go to.
100%. It looked cool. Even though if you look at like top rated ballparks, they're always lower, but it looks cool.
I want to go to more because the Rangers one was phenomenal.
Man, the Rangers one was great.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a lot of ballparks. I've been to the 2 here in Chicago, and then basically the Rangers one. That's it.
What's your favorite, Wrigley?
Wrigley for sure.
My favorite, the Rangers one, man. They shit was
It was
next
so
level.
cool. You walk into you give the ticket, you walk in, you own.
You're
the field.
literally- yeah, you're
that's
literally there.
crazy, bro. That was
Yeah.
so cool.
I love that about Wrigley.
Um,
The thing about Sox,
We was
You
talking
go
about the
to-
Rangers, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
when you go to White Sox field, it's so long. It's so
a
big.
lot. It's a lot you got to do. You got to go
Yeah.
up the ramp probably.
It's
and
so long.
it's so. I didn't even
Oh my
recognize
god.
it. Yeah, it takes so long to get to where you need to be.
Especially if you're running late. Oh, GG's.
Yeah.
You about to miss an inning.
Same thing with Soldier Field. I was just there the other day. It's like, this is not great. It's not very optimized.
Yeah, I've never been to Soldier Field. I got to watch a Bears game.
Or a Fire game. They play tonight at 5.
I'm not gonna be able to make that.
They need a win and one other team to lose for them to be in the playoffs.
Blackhawks too.
Why is Chicago Fire now playing at Soldier Field?
I don't know the answer to that. I know they had their own place, but yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they outgrew it. I have no idea. But also, they don't, unless it's a big game like the Messi game, they don't open the top bowl anyway.
Yeah.
They just do like the bottom 2. So I don't know. It's ugly though, because the Bears logo is still on the field, really. So they're playing. You can see the 40-yard line. It's ugly as shit.
It has to be a construction thing. That may be the only reason I could see it happening.
Construction.
Shaqiri, come on, baby. We need a nice little hat trick tonight. Get some playoff soccer in Chicago.
He didn't even know Shaqiri Richardson did.
That's crazy.
Did you?
No.
That's crazy. You don't know who that is.
You don't know who that is?
No, not that. Wait,
Track and
is that the black girl? Yeah. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
One of the fastest women in the world.
Yes. She was one who they tried to kick out. They kicked out for smoking weed.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about her
she won
signing with the Fire?
I don't know.
What'd you say?
No comment.
I need you to focus. I said, didn't we talk about her signing with the Fire?
Oh yeah.
That
We
was
did
like,
talk about.
Yeah, that was like a couple months ago. When
And I'm like Sha'Carri, smoking on and off the track.
Hey,
Me.
what track was he talking about? Track and field or the soccer field?
Both of them.
I'm just messing with you. She don't play for the Fire.
I knew she ain't played for the Fire because that's a men's team.
They just the MLS just released like all the salaries of their players and stuff, and it's so crazy to see the gap. Like Messi's making $20 million based on their like player exception, whatever, and Shaqiri's making like $8 million, which is like third highest in the entire league. But everybody else is making like $400K and this and that. It's like
That's
damn.
good money to play a kid's game.
Yeah, it is. It's just not comparable to the other leagues in the world, but maybe the MLS will get there one day.
Hey, comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all saw what Aaron Holland signed for? Yeah.
Because you know what they say, P?
What they say?
The grass isn't always green on the other side.
You know what they also say?
What?
Keep your eyes on your own paper.
Or else what? Oh, that's it?
Just keep your eyes on
Soccer
your paper.
contracts be crazy though.
That's what KB saying for some people. And
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, no, forget that. Did y'all see that video I put in the Twitter chat?
Which one?
The Neymar shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Bro.
Get well soon, Neymar.
But you finna go watch it?
Yeah.
Please.
For the people at home, there was I don't know how to even explain it because I don't want to
They were doing something.
represent someone. Yeah.
Oh.
A ritual against
Like some type of voodoo?
yeah.
And
But I don't even know if it counts as that. Something like that. And then he tore his ACL.
the spot on what they were doing to the doll is where he got hurt.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's a little
That's crazy. That's
crazy.
scary.
I don't really like that type of shit. I was like, what the hell?
Let's be in their good graces, please. Cause man,
I'm in God good grace. You is too.
we on the moon.
We on the moon.
They say.
Balling just like what I say, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, balling like a small
They
forward.
said those that tell don't know. And usually those that know
don't
don't
tell.
tell.
Mm-mm.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Through the Wire
'Cause
podcast.
you know me. I'm sick of being tired and tired of being sick.
Exactly.
We should end every episode with a mic quote of the day.
Well, the baby say, I'm tired of being tired of being tired. Oh, he said something like that.
What DJ Khaled said?
Another one.
Just make sure your next move is your best move.
Nah, the best one is Rick Ross. Reebok Sauna, just do it.
Is it DJ Khaled or Anwar that was like, I like what Drake like?
That was DJ Khaled.
Oh, I thought that was out.
Let's go golfing.
Come on, it's a beautiful day outside.
Really would be a game. All right, we appreciate y'all.
If you give me some clubs, I go anytime you want. I heard they
Goodwill
exist.
when I worked at Goodwill, they always got some golf clubs there.
Oh, can they fit
Snap.
me though?
I think they
I'm a
can.
big guy.
I think they can.
Oh, okay. Your